Yeah. It's getting the harder way, SouthernTea, back with another EP. And I'm glad all you good folks could make it. Let me say what's up to the people in the chat. Sareek357, what's good, brother? He said salute SouthernTea in the chat room. Southern Aries, first lady of my fair, but keeps it real, honey. Destiny Black. Ooh, let me get Destiny Black the link. Shout out my girl Destiny. She literally just texted me like, "Come on, nigga." Like, hurry up, nigga. My bad, I'm late, y'all, to my own SouthernTea. I'm sorry I'm late to my own show. Sorry I'm late to my own show. Shout out my guy Terry Connor. He said salute to you. What's good, Terry? Shout out my guy Demetrius Bright. My guy Demetrius Bright said salute to you. What's good, Demetrius? Said salute, Destiny. Drop the link to you. It's dropped. Obaro 4-0 4KO. Shout out my guy Obaro with the win yesterday. Seen the knockout, seen the highlight knockout. Highly impressed with my boy Obaro. Link drop, waiting for Destiny to come on. And here I'm getting this, thing, shirt type deal. I'm gonna bring her in, then I'm gonna go out because for some reason my jump be malfunctioning. I'm finna go out there. I'm gonna come back in.
Okay, babes. Sounds good. Good twin. Hey, y'all. Hey, Ghost. What's good? What's
Yo,
going on, guys?
okay, yeah, there we go. For some reason on this phone, I gotta go out and come back in when I bring people on.
Were you
But
on your Android?
yep, yep. All my shows be on the Android though. Either this Android or the Android that is on. I never do the show off my iPhone, but it's like this is the older Android right here. This is the one I normally do it off of. It's like on the newer Android, I gotta go in and come back out for whatever reason that
Put your
is.
put your app up. Put the cash app up, honey.
Ah, okay.
Smash
Why
the like
you?
button, guys, please, and thank you.
I forgot. Shout
Help
out
us grow the
Destiny.
channel, guys. Help us grow the channel. Thank you.
Get these niggas right, Destiny. Get me right too, because I be forgetting my goddamn self.
Yeah,
Appreciate
I
you,
know you
son.
be forgetting. I know. I'm here for you. The evil
Thank you.
twin is here.
Thank you. I need it. I do. I need it right. I need it right now. He said, "Yeah, nigga, put a cash app up."
What's up, Akanto? What's good, man?
She trying to get y'all to give me money.
I
I'm a
am
break.
Ghost.
I'm break. I'm breaking. I'm breaking. I'm breaking Destiny out too for this. Destiny time is very, very, very valuable. She's a
Yeah, we
very.
discussed this already. We already
She's
know
a
what's going on. But y'all can always donate to the super chat too. That would be nice. Help us out.
very, very valued member of the SouthernTea of the
We're gonna wait
SouthernTea
for a little bit
squad.
more people to get in. Hi, Mark. A little bit more people to get in
Go,
before we start
go
cooking.
see. Go see. He late to your show. He deserved to be fired.
Yeah, give me a wrench, you asshole. You right
You
now
ain't
you
got
being
no.
evil twin.
You ain't got no rich.
No, I ain't got no damn. You don't ain't got no damn wrench.
Let me
Thank you,
give you.
Ghost, for reminding him.
Let me
Gonna
give
catch this dirt
you.
nap.
He said, "Man, if you
Sorry I
don't."
missed y'all yesterday. I had a headache
Okay, I
the
guess.
size of Africa.
I'm finna arrest the queen. My bad. My bad.
Yeah. He tripping, y'all. He tripping on me.
I'm big tripping. I'm a little
Mm.
discombobulated right now, though, but we finna get together. We finna get
He discombobulated. He's all boggled in check.
right. I had a blood there. Here you go, boo. There you go. Look at the hoes in that somewhere. How y'all good folks doing, though? Shout out my guy, Condo. Appreciate you sliding through this joint of Condo. He said, man, wrench her up. Let me get her wrenched up right now before I do anything else. Let me wrench up the queen. Let me wrench up the queen. We here today. We're here to talk about this bullshit. Today we're here to talk about this bullshit. They doing the David Haney has seemed like has,
You breaking up, babes.
I'm still now. I had stopped talking. I'm still breaking up now.
Oh no, you fine. Yeah, we're gonna talk
I,
about how they're doing Devin Haney with this damn belt stuff, and then now they're calling well only the WBC is calling him Undisputed Kambosos. And now Kambosos is switching up on what he said, at first about, fighting Devin Haney. Now he's gonna look around to see who's the best fighter and the best opponent for him. Sound like some bullshit to me.
Right. And then at first it's like George Kambosos got the right energy towards everything that's going on, but it's Lou DiBella who rubbed me the wrong way at this point. Lou DiBella constantly saying little shit that I don't like. I'm finna be on Lou DiBella ass in a minute. I be on Bob Aramaz's hard all the time. I'm about to add Lou DiBella to that motherfucking list if he keep this shit up. First of all, if George Kambosos is saying that he wants the motherfucking Devin Haney fight, why the fuck you telling him any different? Why you telling him any different? If that man
What's
said I
going
want
on,
to change,
that's me? What's going on? He who greets with fire. What's going on, gentlemen? Smash the like button,
make
please and
sure
thank you.
y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. I'm finna go find my blunt up.
He finna go fire up his blanch oil. Because he can't operate without his blanch oil.
I can't operate without my blunt. It set up my nerves, y'all. It set up my nerves.
How y'all been? How y'all feeling about Kamboso singing a different tune? I knew he was gonna flip. I just had that feeling he was gonna flip. They always do. They always do. But as everybody keeps saying, we cannot look past JoJo Diaz. So we gotta wait for this fight.
Right, because we're not looking past JoJo. We had this conversation about JoJo too. You don't believe in JoJo as much as I do.
No, I don't. T20 was good. 4-0. That's good, girls. Congrats. Yeah, I don't believe in JoJo like the good twin over here. The good twin believes in JoJo.
Eva Twin said she don't believe in JoJo. I don't believe JoJo winning. I don't believe JoJo winning, but I believe JoJo, go put up a fight. Shout out here who greased the fire slide through this joint. You said that, didn't you, Destiny? That's why. And he said, where the Henny at?
Ew. Yuck. Gross. That's me. No, he is not going to be no damn champion. He's not going to fight Kambosos. Stop putting that negative energy in the air. That's me.
Who not going to fight
Devin
Kambosos?
Haney.
Who not going to fight it? Either you know how I'm feeling. Tank versus Kambosos 2020. Oh, yeah. Lou DiBella pushing for the Tank fight. Kambosos want to fight Devin because Devin got that other belt. Kambosos want to be undisputed for real. So he can have his name.
That's not what he's saying. He was on that talking to Eddie Hearn, talking about he's gonna watch this fight, Tank fight, and the Lomachenko fight to see who's gonna be the best opponent for him. Don't say gross to him. Yes, it is grossness. Ew, yuck, boo. Brown will make me frown. Ghost.
Yeah, Brown.
Jenna makes me sin. Vodka makes me sick. Rum makes me happy.
Rum. So what's that? That's was that a cognac? What's rum?
It's some rum. Rum. You know what rum is? It's
I know, but I'm saying that's not a brown liquor.
No, it's a clear but they do have a brown rum, but not this one. This is Cruzan. This is my little brother's alcohol actually. It's this Cruzan's coconut.
You drink it now?
Yeah, I mean it's drinking it. No, it does not Ghost. No, it does not taste Ghost.
You need to be like you. That vodka tastes good to me too. I be drinking everything. I ain't gonna lie. I got a Remy bottle in here. I got a Grey Goose bottle in here. I got a Bumble bottle. I got Earl Spence, my favorite fighter for a reason. Because we both are highly successful and we partake in our activities anyway.
Alcohol.
Because we are still highly successful in what we do, but we partake in now, we dabble type shit.
No. Ghost, I don't know what that is. A Mount Gay Black Barrel Lit. I don't know what that one is. Do you know what that one? And I do not like tequila. It tastes like seawater. And yes, I know what seawater tastes like because I was in Greece and I was swimming in the damn sea before somebody try it. Thank you.
Who is in the back? Or did just my shit malfunction? Somebody in the back?
Who in the back?
Nobody. Well, you ever had that Jamaican rum? That shit life too.
Yes, I have. That's what you're talking about. Yes, I like that Jamaican rum, Ghost. I love it. Appleton, which one? You talking about Appleton? I like that one. It's the rum from Barbados. Oh, okay. I like the rum in the Bahamas too. It was really good. That rum cake was amazing. Man, that rum cake there, my goodness. That was probably the best rum cake I ever had. Minus my one.
Yeah, I
My
had
one is
rum.
the best one.
T20, what's good, T20? I ain't know you was in this done. You snuck in this done. Shout out my guy T20. He said rewatch the fight. And shout out to Harvey Doc, the referee, for not interfering with the fight. What fight you talking about, bro?
He's talking about the fight with T-Ho and Kamboso.
Kamboso beat the shit out that man.
Yeah, he did. He put them paws on him. I went back and watched it too, T20, and I gave T.O. one extra round, and that was it. Other than that, I had it 9-3.
T.O. literally got his ass whooped from pillar to post.
Yes, he
Literally.
did. He got his ass whipped from pillar to post, y'all. Yes, he
Like,
did.
there is nothing he can even take from that fight to feel confident in himself other than the fact that he didn't, get stopped. That boy got beat. He got beat like his dad
Ghost,
should have.
I
He
ain't know
got beat
nothing
like
about no
his dad
goddamn perks
should
and
have.
stuff like that. I don't pop no pills.
Now, I ain't too quick to fuck with no pills either. I don't fuck. I done perks before, perk tens, but I don't fuck with no pills either. I don't weed and liquor. I'm weed and
I'm
liquor,
really
man.
allergic to that opioid shit anyway. Like I literally am allergic to that shit. That's me. You wrong. You need to have your thing like my one.
What?
Hey, MPWTF. He said he had an 8-4. No, 9-3. That's me. You listen to me. I'm in charge of you. I'm the boss. You from Chicago? Shawty, you missing out. No, I ain't missing out, ghost.
He said that ad 4 minutes long.
It's too
You
cold
ain't
right
got
now,
you ain't
ghost.
gotta
It's too
watch
cold
the
for me to
whole
come home.
you ain't gotta watch the whole 4 minutes, just 10 seconds or 30 seconds. That's all they give me. I can only get you only get I can only get I don't get paid for less than 10 seconds and I can't get paid for more than 30 seconds. So 10 seconds, 30 seconds. Appreciate that, MP.
Oh, that's
Appreciate that,
dope.
MP.
I didn't know that's how that works. Um, Make sure you guys smash the like button, please. Wrenches, please make sure you're telling people to smash the like button. Thank you. What's going on, PG? Um, I'm waiting on this man over here, my good twin, to stop, doing his
I'm out the phone. I'm out the phone.
marijuana.
I'm out the phone. Nah. I'm gonna smoke like the whole stream though. I'm gonna smoke the whole stream. I thought you were talking about the phone.
Ghost 63rd and Walcott. That's my from
Go,
Chicago.
go, go shoot the police.
Yeah, he is the police.
Go shoot the police. Go.
Yeah, he the police.
Shout out my guy PJ, big dog sliding through this junk. Glad you could make it, bro. Glad you could make it. We in this thing talking about Suleiman. First of all, Suleiman said not too long ago that Teofimo Lopez wasn't the undisputed champ, and he's not the undisputed champ because when people mention the undisputed champs in the record books in the legacy, Teofimo Lopez is not there. So it's understood that that belt is not a real thing. It's like people want to say, "Oh well, Kamboso's the champ when it benefit them." And I'm not even knocking Lou DiBella for saying, "Oh, Devin Haney got the email belt," because his fighter has the franchise belt. And if you're my fighter, I'm gonna gas you up too. If Destiny got the franchise belt and somebody else got the regular belt, I'm gonna say Destiny the real champion because Destiny my homegirl and she the one with the real belt. So I understand Lou DiBella saying his fighter got it, but Suleiman, the only people that recognize him as the champ is Suleiman and Lou DiBella. You know,
Right.
you know what I mean?
What's up, Julius? Ghost, I
Them
don't know
the
goddamn
only two.
stalkers. Yeah, that's the only people that's saying is the W is Mauricio Suleiman and goddamn Lou DiBella. Even Kambosos is not saying he's the goddamn undefeated champion. Yeah, that shit was funny. That's me. He was pressuring the fuck out of Kambosos, which I love that. Blue blood, he was on the ass. Somebody got to be on their
Shout
goddamn
out my
ass.
guy. Shout out my
Mayweather
guy
running
Julie
around here with that
Street.
goofy shit talking about some undisputed. Now he know goddamn better. He know better. He ain't retarded.
Shout out my guy Julie Street is sliding through this joint. He said, "What's up, family? Waiting on that Tank Davis KO." Yeah. Me too, baby. I think it's gonna be highly impressive. I think this
I
dude
ain't
go.
paying for that fight. No, I ain't gonna pay for that fight.
I
I
think
ain't
this
paying.
dude. I think this dude gonna walk himself right into a KO. He said, "I just pushed the WBC is anti-black." Facts. They anti-black unless you Deontay Wilder and they know they need you to make money.
Or damn Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather.
Shit, they don't really fuck with him that much either.
Shit in me. He was just there at that
The
WBC convention. They
WBA,
was all up in his face. And he was
yeah.
up there kiki and ha ha with them motherfuckers too. Yes, he was. He was selling out, y'all. He was selling out, y'all. That's why we can't support that fight on Sunday. We cannot do it. We got to show Mayweather he can't sell out.
Mayweather, a WBA nigga. That's
See,
how Tank got.
Ghost said, you see what Ghost said? He said, you seen Kamboso's IG bio? He said he undisputed. See, that's that whole shit.
Yeah, he pushing this shit now. I guess he pushing this shit now. I guess because his promoter and shit pushing this shit. They telling him to push this shit. They telling.
Hey, checkmate. What's going on? Make sure you smash that like button, please, guys. Yes, Julius. World Boxing Canelo. Yeah, or we be cheating. Or we back Canelo. Whichever y'all want to choose. We full of bullshit too.
He said Kambosos has time this weekend to watch Haney and Tank, see who put up bigger numbers in the biggest bag. Why y'all trying to make? Why y'all? Well, I guess they is direct competition, right? They one day apart, huh?
Who's
But why
that?
y'all trying to? Why y'all making it Floyd? I mean, why y'all making it Haney versus Tank? We should be pushing both of these guys to do
No.
well.
No, we should
So we
not be
tell
pushing both of
Vincent,
these. First of all, Leonard Ellaby said he don't need our damn black dollar. And then, and then Mayweather's over there kiki and ha ha with the goddamn WBC. No, we do not need to support them. Yeah, I know his face is literally on the damn WBC. No, he does not have to fuck with them. No, he does not.
we just put that boy Floyd face on the belt now. His face already on the WBC belt.
Yeah, it's been on
Checkmate.
there.
Shout out my guy Checkmate. What's good? You want the link, Checkmate? Shout out my guy Checkmate Box. He said I sent Southern the screenshot on Twitter. Drug say he undisputed now. Yeah, I just saw that junk. That's me said Floyd face is literally on them. Oh yeah.
Hey, AP, what's going on? Make sure you smash that like button. And
Say no
checkmate. I don't
shit.
speak no goddamn Spanish. I speak English. I'm as a black American. Thank you.
He said Haney versus Tank ain't discussion. Tank whole nother level as a star. Shout out AB sliding through this junk. He said Lou DiBella trying to get back in with PBC and Showtime. Tank versus Kambosos. And look, Tank versus Kambosos makes sense, y'all, because they'd eventually go get us Devin versus Tank. And Devin said shit when he was in that motherfucking truck today. He said he don't even want Kambosos belts. He just want the motherfucking fight.
Yeah, I know
He
I
said,
saw him say that bullshit, but
he
anyways, he
said,
gonna take the motherfucking belts.
he said you can
Um,
now Haney don't want I said Haney. Tank don't want to pay them sanctioning fees and shit.
that's me. I ain't worried about him huffing and puffing and blowing down shit. I can give him the damn dirt nap too. You can get the dirt nap too, that's me, if you want it. Roll up. Well, I'm just joking, that's me. I'm just joking, honey. Now don't come
he
over here
said,
and beat
yeah.
me up now.
He said, yeah, you could drop it. Okay, but Kambosos can't fight both. He has to choose wisely. Shout out Carinello in the super chat with the super sticker. Appreciate that family. Carinello always showing love. Best name on YouTube, Carinello. He said him and Trap not allowed on today. They give me a migraine and have me wanting to shoot him.
Thanks, Carinello. What's going on, boo? Y'all
He
smashing that
just,
like button? Where's Davis at today? Not surprised we ain't seen Davis.
yeah. We might be out of Davis time. You know, when we called Davis on the 6 o'clock show, then
Um, wait, Davis is not in America?
I don't know. Yeah, he is in America. He in America.
Ghost, you're not in America, right? Ghost, no, Ghost is in America. Somebody else is not in America.
Now Ghost in the UK. Ghost from America.
Oh, okay, Ghost is in the UK. My mama calling me.
I just dropped that
What's
jump.
up, Sari? Salute.
My my phone messing up.
No, that's my mama calling me. Miss Benton. Mrs. Benton is
Uh,
calling me.
he said Tank Davis is the best fighter at 135 in the cash cow, but I respect Haney.
You
What's
smoking
good,
good though,
Cyree?
but you got it.
He smoking this shit I be smoking.
Yeah, he's smoking
He
something.
said
Whatever it
he said
is, has got his mind boggled.
he said it's 3 a.m. I'm not in America at the moment. Ghost of British Tea, right? Facts. Ghost of British Tea, British Tea fan. He said I gotta come on and show love every time I see my brother on her. He said, "Fuck you,
What are you
Isaiah.
talking
I'm
about?
talking. I'm through fucking with y'all." But yeah, man, we got a evil twin. We gotta support both these guys this weekend. We gotta support
No,
both. We got we gotta support both our black brothers, Tank and Devin, because we creating a super fight between Tank and Devin. That's what we creating. That's what we
no,
trying to
no,
create.
he ain't, guys. Do not listen to Good Twin. Do not listen to Good Twin. He's smoking dope too.
We trying to create. Most definitely smoking dope. I smoke dope every show. Every show y'all seen, y'all. We in episode 226. Have y'all ever not seen me smoke dope?
Thank you,
but
Sweet. Shout
but
out to that super chat.
Sari 357, appreciate your bro in that super chat. He said, "Man, you going to send me a link so I can promote show on other channels." G, hey, first lady, take a shot for me. He said, "You gotta take a shot for him." Salute, Southern Comfort. Shout out my guy Sari. He said, much
I
love
don't
to you,
know about no
Sari.
Southern Comfort, baby. I won't be
Much
able to
love to
handle
you,
that.
Sari.
I'm a lightweight now. I used to drink heavy.
Nah,
I'm
nah,
over.
nah. He said Southern Comfort. He talking about the show.
Oh,
I'm
you.
Southern T. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He talking about the show. He talking about the show. Southern. My name's Southern T, but he's saying,
I know your. I know what your damn name is. Good Twin.
how long? How long, Julius?
Man, T20, you know I didn't even like that bullshit. I said that Bud needs to fire his
What
ass
happened
as
to
a
you?
manager, just keep him as the head trainer. Cause he always saying some wild shit. Like it don't even be making sense the stuff he says. He need to stop that shit. He need to cut the shit. He know damn well they was never gonna be able to fight no goddamn what the boy name is? Earl the Truth Spence Jr.
Hola,
Hey, what's
¿cómo
going on?
está?
Yo,
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's good?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Look, she says, I'm not Spanish. I say hola to all the ladies.
okay.
That's not my thing.
Yeah, you was trying to tell
But
me
I thought,
over.
I mean, yeah, I say hola to all the ladies. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to get your accent. It sounds almost New Yorkers, but not quite. I don't know. I
No,
can't place you, and I'm usually very good with accents.
I miss from Chicago.
Where it sound like? Where it sound like I'm from? Nah, I'm just playing.
Chicago.
I miss.
Oh, I don't get the Chicago at all.
Cause we all left Chicago when I was like 12, and then we moved all over the world. So it's some of everything
Okay.
now.
Okay. Yeah, I had to jump on. You have some very strong opinions,
Me?
regarding watching Tank's fight on Sunday and Floyd in the
Yeah, he a big tank.
WBC
He a
and all
big
of
tank
that.
fan, by the way. He a big tank fan to break
Huh?
guys. We got
I,
Devin
I
Haney
could
versus
tell. I
we,
could tell. That's
we
why you
got
came on. You
Devin
want to
we
talk
got
shit. Hey,
Devin Haney
Bloomberg.
versus Tank
Hey,
up here
babe.
right now.
Make sure you smash that like button. And you wrenches, make sure y'all tell people to smash the like button, please.
We
Yeah,
can hear
Julius, I do have strong opinions about
we
goddamn
can hear
Tank
you
and the way
we can
they've been moving lately. They've been
we
moving
can
like some little bitches.
do you got something playing in the back? We can hear you we can hear the show twice. I can hear myself twice.
Who?
I don't know.
From me or from somebody
I
else?
don't know. I don't know. I
Hear
can
me?
hear myself twice though. Do one of y'all got it playing in the back?
No,
Hold on, wait.
that might be you.
Hold on.
Julius, why you hiding your face? You
Can you
scared to
hear
show
me?
your face, Julius? Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah.
No, it's
Let me
still
see if that work.
echo.
How about now?
I can still hear it, but if it's
All
just
right, let
me,
me.
then I don't. If it's just me, then I don't give a fuck. If y'all can't hear it, then shit. It really don't matter.
No, but let me try to get some headsets then. I'll
Now,
be back.
if it ain't affecting the show, if it ain't affecting y'all, then shit, it really
Do
don't
you
fucking
hear
matter.
it double? Do you hear feedback, Destiny?
He said,
No,
salute to
not
the
anymore.
dynamic duo, Destiny
But
and T. Keep
it's
cooking.
on my one though.
Appreciate Demetrius writing this super chat. He said, salute to the dynamic duo, Destiny and T. Keep cooking. He said, if you have YouTube on, it's going to echo. I
Thank
don't
you,
know.
Demetrius. We appreciate it. Appreciate the love
Let me
and
see if I got
support.
it on in the back. Hold on.
That's me. You gotta listen to me. That's me. I'm in charge of you. I do tell you what to do.
Mhm.
Yeah. One thing that to me, I don't see it as a competition between Tank and Devin's shows. One is on Saturday, one is on Sunday. Although I don't support
Yeah.
anything Eddie Hearn, I will be watching Devin. But I definitely will be watching Tank as well. Obviously, with the WBC and these belt orgs and all of that BS that they do, you know what I mean? A lot of them are racist. And again, especially when it comes to WBC, we back Canelo and all Mexican fighters and all of that. But, you know what I mean? It's, boxing needs to be cleaned up. And I'm sure it's some way we can, I think just needs to be a national committee, to kind of put things in
Y'all hit
order
that
and
like
clean
button.
that up because it's disgusting.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know.
or the black people just need to goddamn boycott WBC and a WBA.
But okay, but how do we show that support by boycotting
Well,
our
the
fighters?
fighters need to do it, not us. We can't. There's no way we can boycott, the WBA and the WBC unless we don't watch our fighters. So I don't know what
Because
third. I mean,
WBC
what?
is definitely out of control.
Definitely.
WBC is definitely out of control. They just ordered Canelo. They just ordered the cruiserweights, the big head African guy and whoever he's fighting. They have
Hakuna
ordered the
Matata.
winner to face Canelo. How do you do that? How does that happen?
Right. That doesn't
Where
make
you
no
get to
sense.
order cruiserweights to fight a 168 pounder. I mean,
That's
it's
a bunch of
so much
bullshit.
corruption. Yeah.
Right. It's a bunch of bullshit. We know it.
Well, I just think there
Anything.
needs to be some type of class action lawsuit filed. As soon as someone starts something like that, I'll jump right on the board, on board that. But something needs to happen. It's just a dirty business. But either way, I'm going to support Tank because that's just like one of my favorite fighters. And of course, Devin, I want Devin to do well, and I'm looking forward to their eventual clash. So what I'm hearing, I heard Lou DiBella say that Kambosos, the first name that came out of his mouth was fighting Tank next. So that was the first thing that came out of his mouth when he was on Boxing Voice the other day. So if we get that, and I know what Tank said about not supporting the belts, he don't care about the belts and everything, because again, it's about all the politics, the dirty, disgusting politics that are involved. You got the WBA, who is now stopping. They're ordering what is his name, Ugas, to fight two mandatories, which is going to take him out of commission for whole 2022, which is going to, you know what I mean, push back Earl getting that belt and again push back Undisputed. So, you know, I really hate that aspect of it. But, you know, now Tank got his reasons for it. They made him drop a belt. They made him drop his 130 belt. So either way, Tank beat Kambosos. Let's say he hold the belts and then just fight Devin for Undisputed. That's the biggest Undisputed that can happen right now. Devin and Kambosos for Undisputed is not really going to be that big.
Yes, it is. Stop capping. Stop capping, Julius. Just because Tank is your damn favorite fighter, the damn midget who can't speak English
Hold
is
up
your
a
damn
second.
favorite fighter.
Hold up a second. This Julius, I haven't said nothing yet.
That was me. That was checkmate.
That's not talking to Julius.
Okay.
No, you Julius.
That was look, Julius, you catching my charge.
I see that.
Checkmate.
I see that.
Not that checkmate.
Julius,
Yeah, checkmate.
Julius is catching my charge. That's my brother. Hey, but no, you Kambosos versus Haney or Haney versus Tank. Which is the biggest for Undisputed? Destiny.
Haney versus Tank, of course.
Okay, that's what I just said.
We don't want
Right.
Tank and go fight damn Devin Haney. Checkmate. No, you stop capping.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Stop
Yes,
it.
he will. If he listen, it will. You got to understand the politics that are in play. The reason why
Checkmate.
Tank and
That's me. No, I'm gonna start that shit. Yes, I miss. You ain't gonna do nothing about it.
What?
Okay, go ahead, checkmate, because I gotta tell him what to do.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm about to leave out, guys. I'll be right back in.
But Julius, SouthernTea, I believe this is setting up a perfect Undisputed for Tank versus Haney, and that's why I'm excited about it.
Hey, look,
I'm super excited about it.
Check. This is what I be talking about all the time, man. Is that I don't care really about the belts like that. I like the matchups, but in certain cases, I'll take a unification, Undisputed. Like Tank and Devin is worthy of an Undisputed fight. You get what I'm saying? Spence and Crawford. Spence and Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But not Canelo and Plant.
I'm trying to fix that.
That's crazy.
Right, Julius. We on that same wave.
Yeah. But let me say this though. I think Devin gonna win this weekend, but I think he's gonna have a tougher fight than what he's assuming he's gonna do. That he's just gonna outbox Diaz for the whole 12 rounds. He's gonna definitely win the fight, but it's gonna be a little bit tougher. Because I'm gonna tell you this, man. You know why Tank can do what he do is because he got that eraser, man. He can get guys out of there. So a guy like Diaz, who technically sound, will get blowed out against Tank because Tank can punch. But against Devin will outbox JoJo, but it's gonna be a tougher fight than he assumed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. And
that's me clowning out.
but
everybody mute their mic except the person that's talking.
Okay.
All right. I feel you, Julius. My thing is this with Devin's power. I mean, he's got 15 knockouts, so he's knocked 15 grown men out, right? The way I look at it is look at like Tyson Fury. When he fought Wilder the first time, he was fighting on the back foot. He was bobbing and weaving boxing, right? And that's sort of like Devin Haney. He's on the back foot. So when you fight on the back foot, you don't plant, you're not going to get as much power. Should he, as far as the JoJo fight, train to go ahead and move forward and actually plant and use his power? I believe he can get the knockout, but that's just not his style. So Devin adapted the style of Money Mayweather. He didn't adapt the style of Pretty Boy Floyd. The reason why Floyd was fighting like that is Mayweather, because He broke them several times, and he told people his body broke down. So when Devin is copying that style, he's not in there to try to get people out. But I believe he's training to get JoJo out. I believe he's training just like Shakur did. You remember the previous fight Shakur had before before the last one, before
against
Herring.
the African guy, right?
Yeah. People were saying how they was booing him and it was horrible, it was boring, this and that. Well, guess what? When he came to fight, he got Herring out of there. So I'm actually looking to see Devin possibly get JoJo out of there because he knows that he has to set that tone. And once people fear that he got some power to go along with his evolving skill, then they will fear him. Nobody really fears him except Loma, who ducked him. But it's going to be a good fight. I expect fireworks. I look forward to watching it. But I look forward to watching Tank first fight better because that's going to be fireworks. It might last 2 rounds, but it's going to be a hellacious firestorm. And I can't wait to get that in. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic now.
Respond to you. Let me respond to you, checkmate, because you capping over there. It was not just Loma that ducked him. It was also Tio that ducked him. Ryan Garcia ducked him, and then JoJo was trying to duck him too. Until Ryan ducked JoJo. Javier Fortuna ducked him too. It was like all 135, and you see Tank has no offer to fight him.
Hold up, I gotta disagree with you on the Fortuna, and let me say why.
He even said it. No. His manager came out the old mouth and said he didn't want him to fight him.
Hold up a second. Devin would have beat Fortuna, but Fortuna ain't ducking nobody. The guy fight anybody from 130 to 140. He'll lose most of them, but he'll fight him. That guy ain't turning down no paydays. That was all.
Okay.
That
well,
was
his manager came out their mouth and said they was not going to fight Devin because they didn't want to lose.
You said it right. The manager, and that's why
the manager don't run the boxer though. The manager don't run the boxer. The boxer really wanted to fight. He would have said it himself. If the boxer really wanted to fight, ain't no way in the world the manager's going because the boxer is the fighter.
Well, let me say this, Evil Twin. I'm gonna say this. In my opinion, looking at fights and fighters and people calling them duckers and ducks and that people are capping, a lot of those cases, it's the management team that are turning down these fights and making it hard. And I'm gonna give you an example. Like, for example, with Bud and Spence, right? We done heard 2 different things that came out this week. Bob Arum, number 1, said that Bud Crawford didn't want to fight. Then it was a video came out where Spence said, well, I ain't gonna fight Thurman or Bud. Then Bomac came out and said on a show that they turned down Spence to fight Jeff Horn. So all I'm saying is this, Destiny. We don't know exactly what be going on behind closed doors.
Well, we do.
Yet I hear people say that folks ducking. Do I think that Bud would duck Spence? No. Do I think Spence will duck Bud? No. But do I think management want the fight to happen when they want it to happen? Yes.
At the end of the day, he would have made more money fighting Devin. Fortuna would have made more money fighting Devin Haney than a goddamn JoJo Diaz. And we know for a fact he did not fight Devin Haney when he was Devin Haney's mandatory.
But
he was Devin Haney's mandatory, and he would have made more money fighting Devin Haney than he would have ever made fighting goddamn JoJo Diaz.
But one thing y'all missing is this. Fortuna is managed by Samson. Samson do all his shows through who? Al Heyman, right? Al Heyman ain't gonna do at the time Devin was signed with Matchroom. Now he's, you know what I'm saying, doing shows one-on-one or one-on with Matchroom. So my thing is this. Al Heyman ain't gonna do Matchroom no favors. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't gonna do it. The last time he did him a favor was Andy Ruiz went over there and knocked Joshua out, right? Now you haven't seen PBC fighters on DAZN since, have you? So all that talk about Eddie Hearn ain't in no hurry to make no fights like that. I'm just voicing my opinion. And the WBC wanted for Tuna to do what was
Hey,
it? A series, fight one guy and then fight Devin. So all I'm saying is
That shit they got too good.
Haney would have beat Fortuna, but Fortuna wasn't ducking him.
y'all make sure y'all
And
smash the
Julius,
like button when y'all come in. Smash the like button. Just make sure y'all remind people to smash the like button. Who just
just to
joined us?
piggyback
Oh, the
off what you
DI.
said, just to piggyback off what you said, Julius, the people forget that I don't know why they get amnesia when they realize why PBC is not, anxious to make deals with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn and DAZN came into America and said, we're taking over. We're putting Showtime out of business. We're putting PBC out of business. We're killing pay-per-view. We're doing all of this. So why would you be anxious to do business with the person who's telling you that they're putting you out of business?
Why would you be anxious to
Why
do
would you
business
want to
with the
build their
person who
fighters and build their platform until it's time? It's time.
they be doing the same things?
If
I mean,
there's a
Top
fight that
Rank
has to
did them
take
worse.
place. I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Top Rank did them worse. Eddie Hearn was talking stuff, but Top Rank, we know for a fact, shit all over Al Heyman. That's why Al Heyman took his ass over there to Showtime. So I mean, they still do
No,
business
that
with
was
goddamn
Golden Boy.
Top Rank.
That was Golden Boy. That was Golden Boy that was sending out the
Okay.
emails calling Al Heyman niggas and all of that. That was Golden Boy. It wasn't
Top
Top
Rank.
Rank.
I'm sorry, but Bob Aaron was very jealous of Al Heyman. He was
absolutely.
Of course. Well, they took him to
So is
court.
Eddie Hearn.
Well, Bob Arum and Oscar took Al Heyman to court and they lost. Okay, but my point is this: they're going to have to fight these fighters at some point, but you don't give them those opportunities. Understand? Eddie Hearn used Tevin Farmer to try to lure Tank over to the zone. Eddie Hearn has been using Andre to try to lure Charlo over there, all to build their platform. Okay, now we see how these judgings working, right? Let's say that it was a wipeout, but all of a sudden all they got to do is cheat, and then all of a sudden give that belt to the other side. Eddie Hearn said you had to be on the zone to fight Canelo to get these big fights, or no fights for you. People forgetting what these guys are saying. So with that said, you avoid fighting their fighters until you have to. Now, the reason why I say until you have to is because if Tank fights Kambosos next and get those belts, and the next fight is to fight Devin Haney for Undisputed, that fight's going to go down because it's worth it. Okay?
That's me. Bob Aaron made the MBF list. Checkmate, stop it. Cut the shit. We're going to stop playing. And we all know that Fortuna ducked Devin Haney. They were set to make like $2 million to fight Devin Haney, and he didn't take it. So cut the shit.
Now, who was that? What are you talking about? I made videos about the MBF list. I'm very familiar with the fact that Bob Arum created that in the 1990s when he started promoting Oscar.
I'm talking about you. You're trying to say, you know what? Devin Haney fought Gamboa. Ain't Gamboa PBC? Yes, he is. And they let him fight.
Listen, there's been several. Danny Jacobs is a PBC fighter, but he's fighting on the zone. There's been, there's certain PBC, but it's about marquee. What are you going to do with your marquee fighters? You can give them your French fighters, but when it's about the marquee, they're using the marquee to draw people over to them and make them money. Then PBC and say no. That is the reason why that they forced Canelo to fight Caleb Plant on PBC, because Al Heyman said there's zero chance that he would fight that fight on the zone.
Checkmate.
Well, that's not also,
I ain't listening to that stuff. D-Hive, what you got to say, D-Hive?
Well, I was going to say one of the primary reasons that the Caleb Plant situation happened was because
mute your mics.
Yeah, one of the primary situations that the reason why is because that fight was already offered with a 3-fight deal PBC. The only difference was it came with 2 other fights, which at the time with 50-50 fights that Canelo might have been involved with. One of the names mentioned was Charlo at a catch weight, and then the other one wasn't named, but the entire boxing world assumed it was Benavidez. That is what it is. That's why the Caleb plan didn't happen first, and also because Canelo wanted to pull that short notice bullshit he does with all his opponents, and Caleb plan wasn't having it to give himself a fair shake, even though he didn't have one going in, and that's whatever. But here's the thing, though, Chad. One thing I do gotta say is that Javier Fortuna straight up ducked Devin Haney because number one, all his mandatories rather fight each other than go risk taking the L for some dumbass reason. Number two, his reason for saying that he ducked Devin Haney was to fight Ryan Garcia because it was more high profile. And of course, he ended up not fighting anybody because Ryan Garcia, his biggest opponent, is crippling fucking depression. So, I mean, I understand that the relationship between the promoters ain't all good because, let's keep it real. Top Rank got the Top Rank Witness Protection Program in the NBF list. Hearn don't have no fucking stable at all because every other weekend his champion's getting wiped off the goddamn board, which is why Terrence Crawford, when he became a free agent, people were like, hey, Hearn, you gonna sign him? Hearn was like, hell no, what the fuck you talking about? People thought that's because they were saying Crawford wasn't a draw. No. It's because Hearn ain't got nobody he willing to sacrifice to Crawford. Who over there at fucking the zone fucking with Crawford? Conor Ben, fucking who else they got? Marku. They got nobody. They have no stable at any weight class that could really do anything with anybody. So that's why when he was like, "Oh, you want to sign Terrence Crawford?" and he was like, "Honestly, number one, we don't have the bread Terrence Crawford looking for, and we don't have the fucking opponents. We already shitted ourselves in the American market by giving Canelo all this bread to fight Dookie. He couldn't fucking. He tried to convince Canelo to take a pay cut, the same pay cut he gave Triple G, and that didn't work out. So the fact of the matter is that people, I understand that there's a bad relationship, there's some animosity between the promoters, but the Caleb Plant fight didn't happen because it came with some extras because PBC was trying to maximize and not end up like the zone. And Javier Fortuna, I'm sorry, he ducked Devin Haney. Now the reasons why he ducked, be it financial, is one thing we could discuss, but the truth of the matter is he ducked because don't nobody want to fight him. Dudes with belts don't want to seem to fight him. Dudes without belts don't want to seem to fight him. I mean, shit, Lomachenko was supposed to be this badass that was the next Ali. And then this motherfucker, all of a sudden, the franchise dropped. So it's like, and then now Bob's only chance to bring the belts back to the plantation is to shove Lomachenko up Kamboso's ass through the WBO. But now the WBA is running his mouth, Leonard Ellerby running his mouth, and so it's all kinds of bullshit. Kamboso's trying to look hard to maintain his new fan base because he talked all that shit about fighting Devin next. Now that his head is actually on the chopping block and it's time to come see what's good, he's like, oh well, it gotta make sense, and the money gotta be there, and Tank fighting also, and that's Brett. Kambosos ain't getting ready to fight no damn Tank. Number one, because Tank ain't really thinking about him. Tank not really trying to go into a division, hold down some belts. If he even did, the Kambosos will want too much bread, and Tank is about to just do one fight. He wouldn't go for Undisputed. He would just vacate all the belts right after, so that's not going to happen. And also, they just got the belts. They're going to abuse the shine just like Tio did. They don't want to put Kambosos in a situation where he might fuck around and get folded and his career get altered. What if he take an uppercut like Leo Santa Cruz and we don't hear from this nigga in 2 years or some shit? They ain't trying to do that to him yet. They're going to either have him they're either going to mandate him Lomachenko do the WBO and give him no choice, or you're going to fuck around in Australia and fight some random mandos we ain't never heard of. It's going to be one of those two.
I got a question for y'all. I got a question for everybody. What y'all think, what could George Kambosos do to appease everybody in this situation? Like, what would make y'all happy with Lou DiBella and Kambosos? What's their next move? What should their next move be to appease everybody?
Do what he said he was going to do and fight Devin Haney.
Okay, but again, I'll pose this question to you. Would a bigger undisputed fight be Devin Haney versus Tank or Kambosos versus Haney? So fans should want Devin Haney versus Tank for undisputed 135. In order to make that happen,
never going to feed Tank to Devin Haney. Let's cut the shit, checkmate. You already know.
What do you mean? What do you mean feed Tank to Haney? You think so? You got in your mind that Haney would beat Tank?
Yeah. A
Yeah, I do too.
kickboxer usually beats a fucking puncher. Look at Ali Frazier, Ali Foreman,
So you don't think
Mayweather.
Tank is a boxer? So you think Tank is just a puncher?
He's a puncher boxer. He's a puncher before he's a boxer, and that's all facts.
Are you? How many fights of Tanks have you watched?
Enough of them to know he's a puncher before he's a goddamn boxer. Every time he gets in the ring
No,
against
Tank
boxer, he
never.
outboxes him.
There's been only one fight that he's winning, which we were all disappointed. And even though he dominated, was the Gamboa fight where he went in there purely for the knockout. Every
I
other
wasn't
fight that he
disappointed.
goes in, he shows his boxing skills.
He was looking
That
to knock
Leo,
out Leo Santa Cruz. He was looking to set up that damn uppercut
okay,
all
but
night.
okay, but listen to what. Okay, but did he box? He showed his
Okay,
boxing
you
skills.
hate him.
Okay,
No, he was beating his ass.
I watched. I just listen. I watched that Leo Santa Cruz fight like
Hate that
almost 100
shit.
times.
Make sure y'all
I
smash
just
that
watched
like
it twice
button.
today. I love watching that fight because it shows you the level of Tank's skill. Leo Santa Cruz is the number one, the number one puncher, volume puncher in America. Excuse me, in boxing. Period. Leo Santa Cruz, the number one volume puncher. The number one thrown, the number one lance, a volume puncher. This guy averages over 1,000 punches per round. I mean, excuse me, per fight, right? So that showed that Tank could keep up with that. Not only, did he show when he needed to bob and weave, but he also took some to give some when he was going in to land his missiles. That was an excellent fight. If you want to know about Tank Davis's boxing skills, watch the Leo Santa Cruz fight again. But when you say Tank is just a puncher,
He's a puncher before
he
he's a
is
boxer.
much more.
He's
In
a
this
puncher before he's a
situation,
boxer.
in this situation, I don't think
his-
it's fair to say
his
that
boxing
anyone's getting
skills
fed
are
to anybody, though.
are elite.
I don't think that Tank is getting fed to Haney, and I don't think Haney's getting fed to Tank. The thing about it is, I agree with Czech that Haney and Tank is a bigger undisputed fight, but what matters is if it's actually going to happen. I don't think Kamboso's people, number one, Mayweather people ain't going to break Kamboso's enough bread to make it worth possibly getting fucked up by Tank. That's off top. Number two, I don't think Tank is going to go that route, considering he's been to 140 and could do a bunch of other stuff. So that's also.
I've
that.
already. Wait.
Um,
Okay. When you, I'll respond once you finish because
Okay,
I heard something different. Go ahead.
Were you finished?
Oh, go ahead. Oh,
Okay, listen.
yeah,
I was
I'm
gonna
good.
say this, man. I honestly think that Kambosa and Tank is a real doable fight, more doable than with the Devin Haney, and I'll tell you why.
Thank you.
Because Lou DiBella does, no matter that Al Heyman stopped messing with him, they got a good working relationship, and I think that Lou DiBella want to get back into that fold because when he was with Al Heyman, that's when his company flourished the most. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he don't mind sacrificing George because it's gonna be a good payday. And trust me, Al Heyman paying Tank Davis $5 million a fight. I mean, let's look. I mean,
That's not facts.
Kambosa's.
That's all cap. He's not paying him $5 million.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not
Well,
paying
how
him
much
$5
is he
million.
paying him? I mean, I'm just saying, how much is he paying him? I mean, I'm just saying.
He's guaranteed $1 million, and then
Okay.
he gets 60% of the pay-per-view buys. And mind you, he
Okay.
only does between 150K to 200K. So he's not making the money. Actually, Dev is more paid than Tank, if y'all want to tell the truth.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let y'all
But
make
here-
it.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish my point. I'm
Mhm.
glad you got that out there. I feel that Kambosos is gonna fight Tank Davis next, and then I think again, Devin's not signed a match room, so he could come on over. He can do whatever he want to afterwards, and to me, it benefits him more legacy wise and financial to get away from match room and to go on and do this Tank Davis fight. And here's something else too: they don't need Kambosa's belts to do a fight between Devin and Tank. To me, the only thing Kambosa's fight will do is for the people, it would make the fight bigger because the belts would be on the line. But being honest, they don't need Kambosos. Kambosos don't have to fight either one of these guys. They can just go to the Devin. They can showcase Devin and Tank in a fight together on the same card and build that fight without Kambosos. That's what they used to do. They don't do that as much anymore. And also, you was talking about Tank getting fed. I'm gonna say something, and I know you're not gonna like it. Nobody up here might like it. I just think that Devin is okay as a fighter. And the reason I say that is because in order for him, especially he a bigger guy than a lot of those lightweight, he gonna have to eventually move up to 140. He fight a little bit too much on that back foot, and you got to put a little hurt on guys. I mean, I'm just saying. So I would say Tank would probably stop him within about 7-8 rounds.
Stop. I'm gonna tell you why that's all cap. Because if
Hold
Devin
on,
was
hold on.
such a
Now,
like, let me
now,
ask
hold
you.
on. You might disagree, but it ain't no cap because that's just my opinion.
Okay, okay, your opinion is cap.
Right.
But let me tell
Okay.
you why. What you're saying is not true. Because if Devin
All
Haney
right.
was this light puncher that everybody makes him out to be,
I didn't say
motherfuckers ain't
light
rushing in.
puncher. Hold up a
Motherfuckers ain't
second.
rushing in.
I
They
didn't
ain't
say
rushing in.
light punchers. I said he fight off his back foot. I did not say he was a light puncher. I don't care if you're Deontay Wilder. If you just punching off your back foot, you're not. All you're trying to do is score. So I didn't say he can't punch. He can punch.
He
But
doesn't
when
just fight off his
when
back.
you
Did you
punch,
watch the last fight he had with
but
Linares?
let me
Did you
say
fight the
this.
last fight he had with
Did,
Linares?
I
Was he
didn't
fighting off
see
his
him
back foot
land
the whole
nothing
time?
like I didn't see him landing nothing devastating. Did you?
He was whooping Linares' ass for all 10 rounds up until
Yeah,
that
he
little
was.
clip.
Yeah, he was whooping him. You can whoop a guy by just hitting him, but that don't mean you putting hurt. And you said putting hurt. Now, I said win.
Linares was not rushing in. He wasn't feeling. I mean, he
I,
wasn't rushing in
look,
to get that dirt
you're
nap though.
not.
I tell you
The
that.
reason that guys don't rush in is because they're getting countered. Corey Spinks wasn't a puncher, and guys didn't run in on him because they were getting countered. Same thing if you fought Pernell Whitaker. Whitaker wasn't no puncher at all.
Well,
He
there's
could
also
punch good to the body, but he guys don't want to get countered. Also, they don't want to miss their shots because if you miss, that takes more out of you than if a guy land a shot on you.
And Tank misses
but
a whole lot of
And
motherfucking
that's
punches, my
and that's
nigga.
how you
If
end up.
that's me, you're still capping too. That's me. Ain't no
And
damn
that's
10
how
or
you end
11,
up.
sir.
but there's also
And that's how you
context
end up
because
losing the fight too, Julius. Like when you trying to set up, when you like you just said, when you try not to get counter and you try not to miss your
Exactly.
punch, that's how you fall down on the cards. Now,
but
I
Waiting.
disagree with you on the fact that Devin is, okay, but me and Destin already had this conversation about Tank and Haney. I think Tank beats all of them, you know what I mean?
I do
But
too.
Devin Haney being an okay fighter, that I don't agree
I,
with.
and this is
I
crazy
think
He,
because I think Haney beats all of them. To be honest,
Thank
Haney,
you, GI. Me
and let
and
me
too.
here's
say this.
and here's okay. Go ahead, T. I'm sorry.
Now go ahead, D-Hat. It's your show.
I was gonna say no. The reason why I think that is because Julius, I understand what you're trying to say, but I gotta disagree strongly. And I'm gonna use two case studies. So I'm gonna use the Abdullah fight when he got the interim because he stopped that dude in 4 rounds. I'm not saying that guy was some kind of fucking elite, but he
and
is
guess
still
what? I saw that fight live. It was right
no,
up here in DC.
no.
So I
I'm
seen that fight live.
I'm not
Got
questioning. I'm not questioning your
mm-hmm.
knowledge at all. Not at all.
Okay.
I'm just gonna use my opinion, like you said. I'm just gonna use my opinion on both fights. So number one, when you said that he fights heavily off the back foot, I'm gonna disagree with that on multiple counts. I think that number one, in order for his jab to have that power to where people can stay off of him, I think he pushes on the front foot a lot, and he absolutely, for the most part of the Linares fight, was pressing the action specifically to impress fans. Now, I admit he does not have devastating power, because Linares has been stopped in pretty much all of his losses, and Devin Haney was the one that just had to rely on outboxing him. I agree with that, but to say that Devin doesn't fight that he solely fights off the back foot, I think would be a misunderstanding. At the very least, not only does he press on the front foot with his jab, but when it's time for him to throw punches to either get people back or press the action a little, he at the very least will take one step forward or he'll plant down and actually sit on him like when he had Linares on the ropes. That's number one. Number two is when we're talking about power, we have to talk about it in context. Devin Haney has the same number of knockouts as Jojo Diaz, and he has more knockouts than Billy Joe Saunders, and neither one of those people are ever called pillow fisted. Now,
I would call them pillow punchers, especially BJ Saunders.
okay,
BJ
It's
Saunders
whatever.
is an
Make sure
average
y'all smash
fighter.
that like button when y'all come in, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
okay, then
that's
Sorry
then
all
about
I'm
that,
saying.
Julius. I just want to shout out to the people when they come
Oh
in.
no, that's
But
cool.
finish.
okay,
I was just responding to D Hive. I would just let him know that I think that Billy Joe Saunders, let me clear up though the whole European super middleweight division that had titles that Canelo took fights from. Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Smith, Rocky Feldon, who was the other guy? Whoever else that he beat.
It was
Yes,
horrible, a horrible run.
all those guys were. Let me say this: people calling. I think that Canelo is a pound for pound type fighter, but it's mostly off of his past work with Laura, the Austin Trout fight, the Triple G fight. But I don't give him any credit for that super middleweight division. Could you imagine if even Devin Haney or Tank Davis, Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, if they became an undisputed champion in any division and they had to beat 3 European white guys, what would people say?
Okay, for sure. Then I respect that. But my last point, was going to be about the power situation.
Okay, go ahead.
When talking about Haney's power, I always like to, and not that I'm comparing the two, I always like to go back to what Berto said after he took his Floyd beating. Y'all remember the interview I'm talking about? Berto said
that's 17 pounds above his
what's good, Ricky?
Pro level.
You want the link, Ricky?
I
can do one more person there.
I completely understand that. And what I was going to say was Haney, like I said in the beginning, doesn't have debilitating power, but he has been shown that if you're not careful, he can land a terrible shot on you, or he can stop you via accumulation and remove your will to fight altogether. Like when Berto was talking about Floyd, he said that with the jab, it wasn't quite concussive power. It was just debilitating power, something that would mess up your vision or force you to correct yourself. And any sort of power that forces a fighter in the middle of a fight to rethink what they're doing gives the person an advantage, power or not. That's why a lot of
I feel you, D-Hive, but I think that you talk to me when I heard you saying that, you know who I was thinking more of? I was thinking more of Shakur Stevenson. And listen, let me say this. Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis is above all those other guys, level above them. And I'm talking about Devin Haney.
Delete Tank.
And
delete Tank and insert Devin.
And here's another thing. The guy
you really got an issue with Tank.
Shakur has always been elite. Tank Davis have always been elite. I think that Devin is a good fighter. I just don't think he's elite. I think his skills are good. I don't think they're elite. Now, listen, I'm talking about another brother, and I want all the brothers to win. But we talking about him fighting Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. That's a whole different level.
Trash.
Yeah, but how about this?
I think Tank Davis is
Let me chime in on that.
When he land flush. What happens?
Thank you, Ricky Williams. Devin is definitely elite.
I asked you a question. What happens if Tank Davis land flush?
Are you directing that to me?
Well, I want to piggyback on what Julie just said because that's what all I've been saying.
Well,
that's what I've been saying about Devin Haney.
He is trash, in my opinion.
Devin Haney has the potential to be great, but right now still rough in some areas. He's got the potential because he got the physical attributes. Okay, he's not polished yet. He showed flashes, but he's not there. I think Devin Haney is going to reach his height at probably 147. Okay, and you know what I mean. And his ability, Tank is far more polished than Devin is right now.
But if we're talking,
this is the reason why.
If we're talking, most of Shakur's hype came off as amateurs. So if we're going to use amateurs and the Jamel Herring ran, can we use Devin Haney's current career with who he's faced in addition to sparring? Because let's not.
Yeah, we don't talk about sparring. Let's talk about how Devin whooped the fuck out of Tank and made that motherfucker quit. It made that motherfucker quit. He made that little bitch quit. He made your little bitch quit. He made your little bitch quit. He made your little bitch quit. That's what he did. He made your bitch quit. And he older. And Tank older than Devin. And he made that bitch quit.
When Haney's father was talking and he was talking about sparring, they both said that Devin got on Tank ass so hard that he had to stop. And Tank really didn't come out and deny that too much. He just said, LOL, whatever. And it's like, oh, that's not a good look.
How about the 16-year-old boy that went in there and shook up Devin Haney and almost stopped him in sparring. This was like a year ago. With Lolo
No,
something?
that's me.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking about that one. The
Who?
guy,
I
the
mean,
boy
nobody
was
even heard of this
16 years
person, so
old.
I think you're
This was-
capping.
what I'm
Nobody's
saying,
heard
I
of this.
missed that one.
This
I missed
this
that one,
was on
Joe.
the barbershop conversation. It was a young he's a pro now. He done had a couple fights in Mexico.
Hey,
He
Brian.
turned pro at 16 years old. His name was Lolo. I can't remember the last name, but
Never heard of him.
He's from Oakland, from California. And
Never
they
heard of
threw
him.
him out of the camp. And this was that even Bill Haney admitted that the boy had a good day. That's what he said. I mean, look, it was on
Never heard
barbershop
of him.
conversations.
And I would love
You
for
know what
that
I'm
person
saying?
to
And it
fight
was-
Devin as a pro. Just same way I want Tank to
So
fight
no,
Devin as a
I
pro.
only said that because we was talking
I feel
about
this- I have the
sparring.
same energy.
Look, hey, it was a guy named Kid Diamond, right? Kid Diamond was a lightweight contender. He broke Floyd Mayweather ribs, 2 of his ribs leading up to a fight before Mayweather had a title defense. This
Hey,
was in
BFTV boxing. What's good?
this was in the Pretty Boy Floyd time frame, right? Kid Diamond broke 2 of his ribs, but when Kid Diamond stepped up, Nate Campbell knocked him out. So all I'm saying is sparring is just that. It's just sparring. What I
But-
mean,
Not when it's
Hey,
doghouse
hey,
rules.
look,
Not when
but
it's
the thing is
doghouse
also-
rules.
but the thing is also you're
Hector
making
Camacho knocked
comparisons.
out Pernell Whitaker in sparring.
But
Hector
you're making
Camacho.
comparisons. You're making comparisons based off the eye test. So the same assumptions that you're making on the eye test are the same ones we're making off the eye test.
No. You
Yes.
said sparring. I was talking about an actual fight. And
Right,
you said that Devin Haney,
Well,
you
no,
know,
I was
you
comparing
looked at
that.
his competition.
That's me. I think you said hating.
I felt like Shakur has fought better competition than Devin.
Oh, that's
Because-
okay. That's what your argument was.
Yeah, that's what my
Is
argument
that the
is.
real
I'm
deal?
not
I don't
saying-
know. I
But
think so.
Devin-
Make sure you
Yeah.
smash the like button, please, and thank you.
Devin
I was
biggest
gonna say,
win is
Linares
Jorge
was a-
Linares, right?
Linares is a
Jorge-
multi-division
Right,
world champion.
but he's a
and-
shot fighter right now. He
Oh,
got
shit,
knocked
he's
out
shot.
by a guy with about 10 losses. He done lost to guys with 10 losses 2 times. He lost in his prime. He got knocked out by journeyman fighters. He got stopped by DeMarco. He got stopped by a guy named Sergio
Hold on,
Thompson.
Julius, hold on.
So-
Hey, T, make sure you get BFTB
I'm
his
trying to-
ranch.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the him.
I mean, but also you have to take into account
think that is, unless it's lingo.
Jorge Linares has been stopped by some notables, including in that. And most of Herring, the people that beat Herring, haven't gone on to really accomplish anything. Whereas the individuals that beat up Linares are still currently, a lot of them are in the mix for the most part. I think, and also he has some, pretty notable.
I'm not doubting that. Linares would have been the biggest name. He just not in his prime anymore. That's all
But
I'm saying.
also, nobody is you have to also take into account in this situation that nobody is making a lot of effort to maneuver around Tank.
You got to rinse now, bro.
Plenty of
You got to rinse me up.
Plenty of people are actively maneuvering around Devin. No one is using franchise witness protection to get away from Tank. No one is that's Tank's mandatory is maneuvering around to try to fight everyone but Tank.
Well, who is this mandatory?
Who Tanks or
Yeah, it won't nobody but Rolly, I thought. To be honest with you, outside, and I would say this, Tank biggest win was the Pedraza fight. Let's be honest. It was the Pedraza fight. And and here's another thing. And this is why I put Tank ahead of a lot of those guys, is because Tank had fought nobody. And he just got thrown into a Pedraza fight. He had never went past 6 rounds.
I dropped the link for you.
Into a title fight.
I already dropped. I dropped.
Because no one is actively avoiding Tank, whereas everyone else in that division is actively avoiding Devin Haney.
I don't think that T.O. wanted to fight Tank Davis.
Yeah, of course, he openly said he didn't.
Because let's be honest.
He openly said he didn't want to fight Devin Haney too. He did everything but fight my baby.
I think T.O. was avoiding all Black American fighters, which happens. It happens. It happens a lot. Guys be ducking Black fighters. Look, Black fighters got a different rhythm, man.
But one question though, how come Lomachenko wanted to fight Tank but didn't want to fight Haney?
He said he wanted to fight Tank. You didn't never see him throw out any contracts to Tank Davis or to anybody. These guys saying they want to fight. This is what I had said something about earlier about guys ducking and guys wanting to fight this guy and that guy. To me, in my opinion, guys say they want to fight this guy or that guy, but when it come right down to it, they don't fight them.
Okay, I'm just saying because people are actively saying Tank's name, and very few people are actively saying Haney's name. Only people I know saying Haney's name is Ryan Garcia and fucking Kambosos. That's all. Those are the only people.
Well, Ryan Garcia said he'll fight Devin Haney, but when he was the mandatory, he didn't go through with the fight. So Ryan Garcia don't want to fight Devin Haney either.
Absolutely, and all I'm trying to say is in professional boxing, Haney seems to be far more avoided than Tank, and the money they make is comparable.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I really don't think because we just talking about a couple name fighters. You know, Ryan Garcia. These guys ain't never accomplished nothing. Not saying they're not going to. They haven't accomplished anything. Ryan Garcia biggest win was against a journeyman European guy in Luke Campbell,
right?
Who had never won nothing as a pro, right? So why he want to jump in there with Devin Haney? Because he's not sure of himself and his skills. So what I'm saying is it's a lot of veteran guys at 135 and 140 that will 100% fight Devin Haney. 100%. It's guys everywhere, man.
At 135, I strongly doubt it at this point.
Well, it's going to be guys we ain't really heard of.
I think the best fight for Devin would be Shakur Stevenson because that's a chess match. You said Trippin' Julius.
I wanted Devin Haney to move up to 140 and skip all this bullshit anyway because I knew he'd be in the same situation he is now. He's exactly where Pretty Boy Floyd was, not being able to get no smoke because motherfuckers don't want to do nothing. He got to go.
Now, hold on now. Now, Pretty Boy Floyd fought everybody. He fought Corrales at 30. He fought Manfredi when he was something at 30. He fought Jose Luis Castillo twice at 35.
Those cats was willing to fight.
But before that,
he was to fight no damn fight, but they damn shadow.
But before that, he was heavily avoided, and Floyd didn't have to deal with the franchise witness protection policy.
No, he didn't have to worry about franchise. But
he didn't have to worry about all that.
Right, but he fought guys. He fought top contenders. Even one of his biggest wins at lightweight when he knocked out Philip Ndu. They called the guy the time bomb from South Africa. He was 31 and won with 31 knockout. So guys be
what's up, gorgeous?
Floyd fought everybody at them weight classes.
So I hear y'all was talking about people like calling for Tank because y'all got to understand like Tank is the money man. That's why people are calling for him.
Absolutely.
Like, Devin Haney is it's all risk versus reward. Now, it's not to say that you're not going to get a reward, but Devin Haney is probably the most skilled fighter, like, down there. You know what I'm saying? He's probably the most skilled, like, just – and it's not to say that Tank ain't skilled. Not to say that. Tank's skilled. It's just that it's the same type of thing. It's sort of the Wilder effect a little bit where people say Deontay can't box because Deontay destroys people. Well, Tank can box, but he knocks everybody out. So it's kind of difficult to say, yeah, man, he's a super skilled boxer. Tank can box. He's got skills. But Devin shit is different, bro. Devin's he's this is why I keep telling everybody all the time, bro. I keep telling you, bro, I said Devin versus Tank is a 50-50 fight.
Absolutely.
Tank is a puncher. He's a boxer puncher. Devin is a master class boxer.
Absolutely. That's why I said in the beginning, I don't think it's fair to say anybody getting fed to anybody in that situation. I just favor Haney in that particular scenario.
Don't say goddamn nothing about Spence. We just said we was not going to talk about Spence, but because it's like a fantasy fight at this moment. So stop capping.
Oh, that's what y'all was talking about. Y'all talking about Spence?
No, we're not. We decided not to talk about that fight because it's like a fantasy fight at this moment.
I
It gets way too riled up.
We came to a
Y'all could have been
mutual
on Ricky
family.
fight
earlier. He
happens
was
in
exposing
2022.
Womack and all that nonsense. That was hilarious.
We came to a mutual family agreement to get along right now until further notice.
Because he's the good twin and I'm the evil twin.
No, man, Devin.
Yeah.
They ducking Devin though. I don't care what nobody say, bro.
Thank
they
you,
ducking
Ricky.
Devin.
They
for sure.
ducking.
They ducking Devin.
Goose
for
around this
sure. Devin the
motherfucker.
most, and I'm not even like a Devin that hard Devin fan, but Devin the most dope dude right now.
Ricky Williams, I'm gonna say this: the guys that we're talking about that are ducking Devin Haney are guys to me that are unproven guys that we shouldn't even be talking about. Ryan Garcia, these guys, he is known to me. He's known more for what he do on the internet.
Right.
I mean, in the boxing ring, who is he really beat?
No
we
doubt.
can only say Luke Campbell. Now we also talking about who else? T.O. ducked him, right?
Lopez.
T.O. ducked him.
Okay, T.O. ducked him, right?
Mhm.
Okay, look at what he did against a very average fighter in Kambosos.
Right.
A guy with what?
Did he
7 knockdowns
Just
could have got him out of there. So to me, the guys that we talking about are doing all this ducking are guys that are ducks themselves.
Okay.
They champions, Judas.
They champion. Look, you could be champion.
We have no choice but to talk about the people that are in the atmosphere of the division. These are the people that happen to be in the division. And if they're average, then that's the facts. But the fact of the matter is that these are the people that are in Haney's hemisphere, and these are the people that are ducking it. We ain't got nobody else to talk about.
But look, D-Hive, this is why I say, man, that these belts really mean nothing. It's about the matchup. The belts is nothing. The franchise, all that stuff, the WBC, all that is just to me. We calling everything cap. That's cap. I just want to see. I would rather see Devin fight Tank because again, they don't need Kambosos belts to make that a big fight. They could put them on the same card and build that fight.
Can I go next?
Put them up there.
Can I go
Tank
next?
don't need anybody.
Go ahead. Julius, let Ricky go.
Yeah, shoot, Ricky.
You know what? This is a real problem with people, bro. Y'all always trying to make boxing something that's not. You know what I'm saying? The belts don't matter, right? But the belt's on the line. This is the boxing we got, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the boxing we got. That's the problem. Everybody want to take what they want from boxing and not just take it for what it is. Is it fucked up sometimes? Yep, it sure is. This sure is, but this the boxing we got. So for you to say these guys ain't the people he should be fighting, who he's supposed to be fighting then?
I said Tank Davis.
Right. Okay. So
and a belt would be on the line.
Devin ain't never took Tank.
Devin title, right?
I mean,
Devin has never been uncomfortable fighting Tank. We understand that the belts are irrelevant in some people's eyes, but the point is people like Kambosos, Lomachenko, Teofimo, they try to use the belts as leverage, and what's most important is that the public responds to the belts and the public drives viewership. I don't give a fuck about the belts personally, but it is what it is, and we can rate the fighters based on whatever metrics we want, but the fact of the matter is these are the people that they're looking at in the division, and Devin ain't getting the respect and the shots he deserved because people decide politics is more convenient. Look at Kambosos' ass. Kambosos went from talking about, oh, hell yeah, I want Undisputed off top. And then 24 hours after he whooped Lopez's ass, I got to see what makes sense, to be quite honest, because, the bread and fuck the belt. So it flip-flops no matter what. One moment belts are all that matter. The next moment is bread. So, like I said, we can talk about all that. But the point is, like I was saying, is that Haney is clearly being avoided by a lot of people. And I understand BFTB said he's the money man. And people don't want to deal with the fucking DAZN app garbage. But, we was talking about skill sets and all that stuff. And like you said, it's a 50-50 fight. And to say that the people,
that's the only 50-50 fight down there. It's Devin and Tank. There is no other 50-50 fight.
They smash everybody else.
The only reason it's 50-50 because, like I said, the only reason.
How y'all feel about, real quick, my bad, not cut y'all off. How y'all feel about Shakur? I want to throw him in the mix.
I think that's the best fight, Shakur and Devin Haney. I said that. I feel like that's the best chess match. Honestly, I feel like Devin Haney's gonna beat Tank. Pure boxers usually beat punches. I mean, look at Ali versus Frazier, Ali versus Foreman, Mayweather versus Shane Mosley, Mayweather versus Canelo, Mayweather versus Pacquiao. I mean, I can give you
How
so many
about
different examples.
how about
Evander
Thomas
Holyfield
Hearns
versus
versus
Mike Tyson.
Duran? How about
That's just how
Thomas
it works.
Hearns versus Duran?
But I don't.
I mean,
Hearns
that's just
was the
how
puncher,
it works,
right?
man. Is if you
Right.
have the pure boxer is going to have the boxing IQ, and you're going to know. People just they throw that word around willy nilly because they don't understand. They can't break the shit down. But
Precisely.
a boxer is going to know I'm not going to put myself in a position to be punched. I'm going to do everything I got to do to hit and not get hit because that's what boxers do. And that's why it makes Devin versus Tank a 50-50 fight. Because if and I've said this multiple times, if Devin doesn't get greedy, that's a very 50-50 fight, and it could go either way. It could go either way, man.
Yeah,
Devin, because he can outbox him or he can get knocked out.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's exactly what I was about to say.
I mean, either one of them can happen.
Devin,
you have a masterclass boxer versus a devastating puncher.
The only worry I have about that fight with Devin, bro, is that I don't care who you is, Tank gonna catch you eventually, bro. Right? You got to have enough.
Not really.
Let me finish, God. Let me finish. It's like you got to have even though I think Devin has respectable power, and this is just from me watching. This is just me from watching Tank, right? You got to be able to keep Tank the fuck off you, bro.
No, you don't.
You got to be able to keep Tank the fuck off you.
No, you don't. No, Tank Davis is an amazing fighter. He's an amazing fighter with destructive punching power. You do not have to keep Tank Davis off you. You have to keep Tank Davis coming at you. Because if you keep Tank Davis coming at you, you can jab. Devin can fight off the back foot. If you fight off the back foot, Tank is just going to keep coming at you, which is what he did against Leo Santa Cruz. When he felt that Leo couldn't hurt him, he just walked him down. And Leo Santa Cruz was stupid enough to keep trying to plant his feet to try to lean up to do. And once Tank got him where he needed to get him, he put him to sleep. All you got to do is just keep moving. And I'm not. It's easier said than done. But Devin is a mover. Again, I'm not. To me, it's a 50-50 fight. To me, it's a 50-50 fight.
I have to disagree with you. I mean,
Julius, I think that if Tank lands appropriately, because it's boxing, anybody can slide into some hot shit. If Tank lands appropriately on Devin will fold. So I agree with you on that, Julius.
If Tank lands on anybody, he'll fold.
Yeah, I just don't think that Tank is going to be presented the opportunity. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm saying the same thing. I say the same thing.
One punch can change a fight. One punch can change a fight. That's no doubt. But let's be realistic. Tank is like 4'2". Devin Haney's like BFTB said.
BF, love. Just say
BF. Okay, BF. Like BF said, he's not going to get close enough to Devin to even get to do that. Yeah. Devin, he can take a body shot. So I just don't see Tank being successful.
I mean, we haven't. I mean, just being honest, we haven't seen Devin in the ring with a puncher. But I'm gonna go back to something.
Not a puncher like that.
Linares is
a puncher.
But Linares,
I like Tank.
But we have to agree,
punchers, bro. It's just Tank.
Right.
It's Tank and Wilder.
Right. But we also have to. All right, we also have to agree, man, that Linares has been a shot fighter since right around the Loma fight and before that. So we can't act as if that's the best Linares. So I gotta see. I think this weekend would be a good test for him.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
okay. I think it'll be a good fight this week.
I don't really agree with him being shot either, bro.
So that's not a good tester for Tank.
Well,
I give you this.
Linares coming off of. I don't.
Okay, we can digest Jorge Linares' career. How the guy been stopped by at least 4 journeymen now. No Hall of Fame fighter I ever heard of. I'm just asking you. BFTB. I've never heard of a guy that was in his prime now get knocked out by Pablo Cesar Cano.
A guy that was in his
prime. Was Linares. I'm just saying.
We're not debating whether
knocked out by a guy like that.
We can all acknowledge that Linares is washed. You're saying that
by DeMarco.
He hasn't been put in a position to fight better people to prove himself.
Anybody can get knocked out.
Right, but he quit twice before Lomachenko. He quit against a guy, Salgado. He was winning the fight in a title fight. This is Linares. This is why I never picked Linares to beat Lomachenko, because I've seen him quit in fights before that. I've seen him fold up when he get hit hard in fights against journeymen. That's all I'm saying. I'm
And
just saying, let's
You've
judge.
been arguing on here for the last hour and you ain't getting nowhere. Just
I
stop
don't think
capping.
anybody is
Stop
debating
capping, sir.
Linares being
You're not
washed.
gonna
I don't
win.
think anybody's debating that. I don't think anyone ever said Linares was
Go ahead.
Linares.
All I said was this
I got the
weekend
answer for all
the
y'all.
fight gonna be
I got
better.
the answer for
JoJo
all y'all.
fight better.
It's easy though. It's easy. LSI, my guy. Let's see it.
That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Let's see it.
I want to see Devin Haney get these fights against these people, but they don't seem to have the same energy. If Devin gets knocked out first round, great. At least the fight happened.
He got a good fight this weekend.
Right.
Jojo Diaz, let's keep it real.
That's
Jojo
a good
Diaz,
fight.
I know it's a good fight, but he has the same number of knockouts as Devin Haney.
It's a step up fight.
It is
Linares,
a step up.
It's a step up from Linares. He going on the right trajectory every fight. I like that.
Right.
And Devin Haney really put his name in every single situation that's out there. Niggas just won't fight him. And I'm not even a Devin Haney fan, bro, but this nigga put his name in every situation. Even some situations I ain't even want to put his name in. But he can't get fights, so the fights he take, I fuck with how he constantly just taking a better fight every time. Linares is a step up. I mean, JoJo is a step up from Linares. Maybe after JoJo, he'll get somebody else to see, okay, I'll fight you. You know what I mean? So I fuck with, where he going. Now, I ain't sleep, dog. I'm letting them folks cook. I'm enjoying my own show over this.
What you gonna say if Haney looks amazing? What you gonna say if Haney looks amazing?
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say Devin Haney looked amazing. I'm gonna say he looked amazing.
But hold on, what if Tank also looks sloppy against Cruz?
I'm gonna say that Tank looks sloppy.
Don't start that shit, Ghost.
That's not gonna influence. That's not gonna influence anything in your calculus.
Hey, it might. It may. If Tank go out there and get knocked down in the first or second round and get beat up and then he just score a come behind knockout, yeah, I'm gonna say Devin Haney probably beat him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be fair about what I see. No one saw T.O. get knocked down in the first round by Kamboso, right? So
I saw T.O.
So if you got good
didn't
sense,
get knocked down in his pro debut?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about by Kamboso. I didn't see it.
Okay.
Because I seen Kamboso fight Mickey Bay last year and barely won. And Mickey Bay hadn't fought. Man, be honest. When was the last time Mickey Bay fought?
So what does that tell you about Teofimo?
Exactly. Hold on a second.
Boy got knocked down by a pillow punch.
Exactly. I'm just saying that sometimes you find out things with fighters when they get into a fight, and you be like, "Wow, I didn't know T.O. was that bad of a fighter."
You know what I found out?
We found this out last fight when Loma
punch. I found out that man got punched in the most awkward position while he was coming up and Linares was punching down, and he still walked back to his corner.
And keep in mind, that's a punch that Linares landed multiple times during that fight. It just affected him towards the end of the fight.
That's the thing. Bingo.
I found out that Lomachenko got hit with not even half the power of that shot, and that's my opinion on half the power. But Lomachenko got hit with a straight and dropped. I seen that. So I mean, I see what we're talking about when we're saying about this with there, and when it comes to Devin and him and people ducking him, stuff like that. But the bottom line is, bro, you can only fight who's willing to fight you. And when we start speaking on Devin, it's like, who else is doing what Devin is doing, bro? He's shanning the cannon bridge on all these dudes. He's shanning the cannon bridge. He's shanning on all. He's running on all these dudes. We want specific fighters to go to fights and get in the ring. Devin's doing that. We want specific fighters to go there and make themselves known. Devin's doing that. Even now, he's got a fight this weekend with JoJo.
It's a good fight.
I don't think so, but whatever. He got a fight.
I agree too, BF. I agree. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm
giving JoJo a little better chance than y'all.
I am too, man. I mean, JoJo, look,
I want
No
you to
one's
keep
saying
that same energy
JoJo
if
gonna
you're giving
win.
Devin a chance. If you're giving JoJo a chance, I want you to keep that same energy when Devin completely embarrasses this dude.
Oh, if
I
he
hope so.
look, if
I
he
hope
could,
so.
if I'm saying the guy gonna win,
I hope
hold
so.
on a second. I said that I'm picking Devin to
but I want to
win.
make sure. But I
I
want to make
said
sure
that it's gonna be a good fight. And if
it's going to be an
and if he
embarrassment. It's
dominates,
not going to be a good
but
fight.
if he dominates,
it's going to be a one-sided, lopsided embarrassment.
if
He's
he
going to
do that,
embarrass this man.
if he does that, BFT,
Shout
that
out to
just
Monica.
means
Thank you for the super chat, baby.
that just means that the guy is much better than I thought, or maybe we thought.
Well,
I'm picking him to win.
I'm
picking him to win.
Let's put
I just said that JoJo's a good fighter. JoJo is a good fighter.
Let's put something in the context here. You're looking at Devin Haney's
what makes JoJo a good fighter?
What makes JoJo Diaz the measuring stick to determine if Devin is the goods?
Oh, I didn't say a
measuring stick so far.
Well, it is a measuring stick. It's his best fighting.
This ain't the last. This ain't. Yeah, she did say that too. This ain't the last. This ain't the last measuring stick. But this yeah, basically like the first.
This is the first.
He beat Javier Fortuna, who ducked Devin. Javier Fortuna did not have to fight JoJo. Javier Fortuna, he was ordered to fight
just told Julius that shit, BF, and he was like, "Oh no, he did not duck him."
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Now hold on. Rewind. Oh, Destiny Black. Hold on, SouthernTea. Hold up, D-Hive. I ain't say nothing. I said that I don't feel Fortuna himself ducked him. I said the management team. That's what I said. That's the management team. The management team. Look, you said now. Look, you came up here. You came up here, BFT, I believe, and you said that a lot of these guys don't fight, or maybe it was Ricky Williams. They said that a lot of these guys don't fight Devin Haney because of risk and reward, right? You said that, right? Right. But here's the thing.
He's going to make more money to fight JoJo.
But here's the thing. Again, I had said this earlier. Samson Lekowicz don't do business with
Al Heyman and
because he do Al Heyman and them guys.
Yet they still fought with Terrence Crawford and Sean.
Hold up a second. A mandatory fight. A mandatory fight. And Al Heyman ain't doing no business to help Top Rank or none of these guys, except one time with the Fury and Wilder fight.
One time.
I don't understand.
Hold on a second. First time Fury and Wilder fought, Top Rank won't involve.
Jason Porter just fought Bud. What are you talking
as a mandatory?
Yes,
it was
and Javier Fortuna was a mandatory to Devin Haney.
And he didn't want the fight. He stepped aside.
I said he ducked him. That's what I said.
I said that he did too, but I said it was the management team. I said that Samson and Al didn't want to do
it. The manager can't stop the boxer from fighting.
You're telling me that Javier Fortuna
want that smoke, he would have got that smoke.
He would have petitioned the WBC.
Javier Fortuna, the mandatory who was ordered to fight Devin in August. August 2nd, if I'm not mistaken, was ordered to fight that man. So he's going to turn down that to fight an eliminator.
For a belt, too. For a belt. Devin Haney also had a belt.
Samson Lekowicz did that, bro.
No.
It makes zero sense.
He did it. Hey, look, you can say you getting on me. Hold on a second. You getting on me like I had something to do with it. I'm just saying what the guy did.
It's not your fault, but the thing is,
that's what the guy did.
With Haney,
it don't make sense, but that's what he did, though.
With Haney, Fortuna gets not only more money, but a belt as well.
Exactly what I said. But I'm saying Samson Lekowicz. I said Samson Lekowicz, which was his management team.
So you're telling me that Javier Fortuna had no say.
You know, Julius is definitely
tripping. Of course he has say. But hold on a second. So when Bomac said that Bud didn't fight, could have fought Spence, but instead chose Horn. Now listen to myself.
Shut up, my nigga.
Now hold up. Does that mean that Bud ducking?
Hold on one second. BL, nigga. Hey, appreciate that. But go ahead.
I'm just saying.
What are you
So
saying?
Yeah,
I'm saying
appreciate
that
that,
I
Bill.
think management teams sometimes get involved, man. That's all I said.
No,
It doesn't matter to me. They
management
fighting this
teams act
weekend.
at the behest
Fortuna
of
ain't
the
got nothing to
fighter.
do with JoJo Diaz.
Management
And,
teams act at the behest of the fighter.
That's what
Maybe
Terrence
that,
Crawford
you
said.
think that's how it go?
that's more for the most part. That's how I go, especially in the
No,
Fortuna
not the
situation.
most part. Did it go in that situation? Do you know if it went like that in that situation?
For the Javier Fortuna situation, I know for a fact because
How?
Javier
Tell me
Hold on,
how.
guys.
Bro,
I am
Hold
going to
Tell me
tell
how
you.
you know for a
Gentlemen,
fact.
gentlemen, hold on.
I am going to tell
Hold
you.
on.
Okay, go ahead.
read,
I'm listening.
let me read Bam Bam's tweet. Thank you for the half a dub. This just for Destiny. Let me buy you a drink. Not an expensive drink, but still a drink. All right now. I like it. I take it.
Okay,
Thank you.
now let me tell you. The reason why this is because before this management inquiry that you were talking about took place, Fortuna openly stated that the reason why he didn't want to fight Devin Haney for more money and a strap was because he was interested in fucking Ryan Garcia. Now keep in mind this is at a position.
Why would
where
he say that?
Hold on.
I asked you why would he say that?
Hold just 1 second.
Okay.
The reason
I got
why
you,
this
Monica.
was the reason why this was because the WBC was organizing all kinds of mandatories for Devin Haney because all these motherfuckers were more interested in fighting each other than fighting Devin Haney for more bread and a strap. The reason why his management acted at his behest was because Javier Fortuna put that energy out there first and said, I want to fight Ryan Garcia because I think it's more lucrative. Keep in mind, we all didn't know that Ryan Garcia's next opponent was about to be crippling anxiety, but that's neither here nor there. Javier Fortuna made it known to his management that he had no interest in fighting Devin Haney and preferred
laughing at,
Ryan
BS?
Garcia in another eliminator, and Ryan Garcia pulled out. So who was the next guy that was up? JoJo Diaz, and they fought over another eliminator. And keep in mind, JoJo Diaz only fought Devin Haney because of public scrutiny.
Okay, let me bring back an article from Boxing Scene. Let me bring back an article from Boxing Scene.
I need to tweak that line. I need to tweak that line because
on July 9th.
Brother.
Hold on a second, bro. Hold on, BFT. I'll let you talk. Hold on 1 second. Devin Haney and Javier Fortuna was gonna fight in late 2019. Devin Haney vacated the title for shoulder surgery.
He did not vacate.
Fortuna, hold on a second.
He never vacated. Otherwise,
at one point,
again.
Devin Haney vacated his
Devin did
WBC
not
title
vacate.
for
They put the man a champion in recess. He did not vacate.
Hold on a second. Champion in recess, vacate. It doesn't
It's not
matter.
the
You
same
didn't
thing.
have the
No,
belt.
No.
You didn't have the
Vacating is
belt.
something that you do.
Okay,
Vacating is something that you do.
It's not
right.
Vacating
I
is
got
something.
It's
so he was
different.
champion in recess. He said he was hurt. Fortuna
No.
was supposed to
They
fight
said he was
Luke
hurt.
Campbell. Right. Luke Campbell fell out of the fight April 2020. They reinstated Devin Haney as a champion. Devin Haney asked for a voluntary defense before he fought Fortuna, who was ready to fight. He said, "Can I fight Gamboa?" And he fought him. So is that considered a dub? If I say, hold on, I need a little bit of time. I need a little bit of time before I fight him. Let me fight Gamboa first. Just answer that question.
Talk.
I'm just saying, answer that question for me.
Let him talk, BF. I mean, Julius, I'm sorry, BF.
I'm not talking.
Devin Haney was going to fight Gary Russell.
No, I asked you a direct question, bro. What happened when he asked for permission?
I don't care what you read. I know this for a fact. I do not care what you read. I know it's for a fact. The man was going to fight Gary Russell. All right, he was not asking to fight. Well, what happened? Now here's the story.
Gary Russell said,
"Bro, here's timeline on. Here's timeline."
God didn't even send him a contract.
Bro, yes, he did, and I have it. Yes, he did, and I have it.
He did.
Yes, you got the contract.
Yes,
right, let me see it.
Bill Haney showed the contract on YouTube. He showed the contract.
Bill Haney showed the contract. Gary Russell said he spelled his name wrong. Remember, Gary Russell said he spelled his name wrong.
Did not spell.
Oh my God, bro!
Gary Russell said this. I didn't say
Bill
that.
Haney showed the contract to Gary
BF, let you talk. BF, hold on. Julius, BF, let you talk. Let the man speak. You keep cutting him off.
I'm not talking.
Okay, BF, go ahead.
Now I will give you. So now I will let you know exactly what happened. Devin Haney got a shoulder injury. He was supposed to fight Fortuna. Devin Haney got a shoulder injury. Actually, he was supposed to fight Ryan Garcia, and he got a shoulder injury. And the WBC put him as champion in recess, and then had Ryan Garcia set to fight Javier Fortuna. Devin Haney came back and said, "No, I'm good. I want to fight. I want to fight Ryan Garcia. I want to fight that." Ryan Garcia had his little thing, so they put Devin Haney versus Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna wanted to still fight Ryan Garcia. He wanted to still fight him. So Devin Haney said, "Why do you want to fight him? You're my mandatory. Why do you can fight me? These are facts." He was not trying to fight Gamboa. When that whole thing came about, he was working with trying to fight Gary Russell. And he did. You didn't send him a contract, because a contract is what you send after you agree to the terms.
He sent him a bout sheet, right?
Bro, are you gonna let me talk or what? Because I didn't cut you off.
I asked, did he send him a bout sheet?
Term sheet.
A term sheet. I asked you that, right?
Okay, and that's what you send. I send you a term sheet. You look at the term sheet. You say, I like this. I don't like that. I like this. I don't like that. You X out what you don't like. You send it back. I fix it. I say, okay, it's this and that. You say, yes, we're good. We sign it. We take the once you say it's good, the term sheet gets attached. The contract is built off of the term sheet. The term sheet gets attached to the contract, and it becomes official. That is how
BFT, you don't have to explain that to me. Well, I said what Gary Russell said. No, I said what Gary Russell said. You heard him do interview after interview. I'm not Gary Russell mouthpiece. I'm not Gary Russell mouthpiece.
I don't care.
I said what Gary Russell said.
Well, his cousin was on my page.
Mouthpiece.
His cousin's on my page, and his brother's
but
on my
I'm
page.
not. I'm
okay,
not on
I
his
know
team.
you're not. That's why I'm telling
you. And that's
you
why I said what he said.
And that's why
I said what he said. I ain't have nothing. I
about.
don't listen. Gary Russell shouldn't even be in this conversation. But
why wouldn't
you brought him up?
Why
you
wouldn't
said that he did it. I said, and then I said what he said.
Why wouldn't
I didn't? No, I said what he said.
I don't care what he said.
I don't care. Listen, bro. I don't care about what either one of them said. I just said what the guy said. I said, did he send him a bout sheet?
And
you said yes, he sent him a term sheet.
It's a term sheet.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I asked, was it a bout sheet? What does it matter, though, bro?
I have a question for Julius.
What does it matter?
No, I'm asking about or term sheet. I'm saying, you saying it like, so what?
You said it was all, he said it's all jacked up.
He did say that. Gary Russell did interview saying that.
Okay.
Hold on, Gary Russell
did, everybody. Please smash the like button.
I will say
Gary Russell did, bro.
I will say this again. Again, a term sheet is meant to be crossed up, X'd out.
Tell that to Gary Russell.
That's how you work.
No, tell that to Gary Russell. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
That's done, bro.
Good. We can move on to something else then. Because I don't care about that Gary Russell thing.
I have a question.
I ain't said nothing, bro. Go ahead with the conversation where we was on. Because I said Gary Russell did.
Okay, good. Then I'll get back to what I was saying then. Again, I'll get back to what I was saying.
Okay, go ahead and get to it.
Okay, so let me get to it then. So Devin Haney was trying to fight Javier Fortuna. First, Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia pulled out. Trying to fight Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna said he wanted to fight Ryan Garcia. Which is the only reason why Devin Haney was allowed to fight anybody else. You can't skip your mandatory. That's the only reason why he was allowed to fight somebody else, because Javier Fortuna didn't want to fight him right then.
You forgot the Luke Campbell part, right?
That is the reason why he was allowed to go past that, because Javier didn't want to fight.
You forgot the Luke Campbell part, though, right?
Devin Haney was supposed to fight Luke Campbell for the vacant WBC title.
Right.
That was way before all that.
No. The Fortuna and it doesn't even matter, bro.
It really does matter. I got one question.
Well, that's whatever, man.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I literally know this stuff.
I got one question for Julius.
The man then went on to fight Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna turned the man down, said he won't fight him right now. Devin Haney was all over the place. Like, bro, why do you want to fight? Why do you want to fight this guy? You could just fight for the belt. And then after that, the WBC said, well, their excuse for not forcing one of the mandatories to fight him in May, their excuse was that because Devin won a vacant title, we're just going to give him 2 mandatories because he won a vacant title. That was their excuse. And they said, okay, well, what we're going to do is you can fight Linares, and then now the winner must fight Javier Fortuna, because Jojo Diaz, not Jojo Diaz, but Ryan Garcia, the other mandatory, bounced.
So hold on, BF, hold on, we got a super chat. BF, hold on, we got a super chat. Go ahead, T, read it.
Bam Bam Tweet said, had this dude not seen BF in action debate, Shout out my guy Bam Bam tweet for the super chat. Appreciate that, Bam Bam. Shout out my nigga Bam Bam.
I know you want to give me a response.
He's debating something that is irrelevant because I don't care about Fortuna. I only said
But
that
you said
Samson
that Devin
Lekowicz. I said that Samson Lekowicz. Didn't say that Fortuna was excited about that fight. I don't believe that. I believe that Fortuna wanted to fight Ryan Garcia over Devin because that's an easier fight for him. You know,
that's all.
You know what I'm saying? And I agree with that.
Told you that earlier.
I only said, ain't nobody told me that BF.
I did
BFC
say that. What are you talking about? This
guy ain't told. No, but I'm saying he didn't tell me how to think on that. Oh, we already said that. I admit that.
That's the first thing. But I have a question though. I have a question for you. You were saying when we were talking about JoJo Diaz in this fight coming up. You were saying that you don't rate JoJo Diaz that highly, despite him having some championship credentials.
No, I said he was a good fighter.
How the fuck do you rate Javier Fortuna, who has no?
Hold up a second. I said JoJo Diaz was a good fighter, and I said this would be a good fight.
But
what are you talking about? I've been saying this the whole time. SouthernTea, jump in there, bro.
Hold on.
SouthernTea, jump in there, bro.
Let me finish
what I say this fight was going to be.
Let me finish my question.
You started off with something wrong.
Hold on. I mean, you just said I didn't tell you that Javier Fortuna.
Let him finish.
That's D-Hive talking, not me. Now this is Julius.
I'm sorry, Julius. My bad.
Okay, all right, thank you. Go ahead.
Hold on. You were saying originally that because when we were talking about the Tank discussion that JoJo Diaz wouldn't be a good litmus test, and you also said Linares.
That's a lie, D-Hive.
Hold on,
D-Hive, you're lying.
And you
I
also
said that
Linares
JoJo Diaz would be a good fight.
Julius, what we're talking on?
You also said Linares was washed despite being a 3-div champion.
I did say he was washed.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay. Then how do you rate Javier Fortuna, who also has 3 losses, has been stopped, is only famous for getting knocked out of the ring, and has no championship credentials? Who is Javier Fortuna that Hayes should even be fighting in the first place?
All right. Now can I answer D-Hive?
Sure, absolutely.
First of all, D-Hive, what you said that I said about JoJo was untrue. I said that JoJo Diaz and Haney was going to be a good fight. I said that JoJo Diaz was a good fighter. I said that this is a good test for him. And I even said just a second ago when BFT was talking and SouthernTea had said, I said, this is going to be his first true test. And even SouthernTea said that he said the Destiny, it ain't the last test he'll have, but it is the first test. That's all I said about JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz is a better fighter than Fortuna is.
I hate BF the move.
So I never said that. So that part that you saying, hold on, Diaz. I got to cut you off. I never said that that Fortuna was better and that JoJo was not that good. I did say Linares was a shot fighter at the time Devin fought him. I said that part, but the other part I didn't say.
So who is
shot? Shot is a strong word. That's a strong word, man. Shot means
who is Fortuna? Fortuna has never held a belt in his life and is famous for flying out of the ring.
Forget Fortuna. Who is Ryan Garcia?
Bro, I never said Ryan Garcia was anybody. I set up here, as a matter of fact, I said it to you, BFT, and you forgot that fast. I said that Ryan, to me, has never beaten anybody except Luke Campbell, who has never beaten nobody. And you agreed with me. Now, after agreeing with me, you acting like I didn't say it.
Did not.
You also said that I didn't tell you that Fortuna didn't want to fight.
Garcia.
I
did not forget nothing. I simply said who was Ryan Garcia.
And I said I agree. Ryan Garcia is nobody.
Cool. So that
all right.
Well, and the point of the conversation is you said that pretty much this is. I don't believe this is Devin's first step up fight. I do not believe that.
Well, who was his first step up?
You keep saying this stuff about the man being washed and blah blah blah, bro. Where you must
bro, it's just my opinion, BFT.
Okay, that's cool. You're entitled to your opinion. You're not entitled to the facts. And the facts of the matter is, when he beat Akhmadaliev or whatever the hell that dude's name, Abdaliev, whatever,
the Russian guy.
When he beat that guy was ranked number 1. Mm-hmm. He was ranked behind that guy. So your opinion about a person being whatever they are, that's your opinion. It's not a fact.
And that's why I stated it as my opinion.
Bro, I ain't cutting you off. I'm not cutting you off. I'm not.
Let him rap, or Let him rap, Juice. Let him rap, Juice. Let him rap, Juice.
So if all we have is opinions to base this and opinions to base that, then you're not going to get anywhere. You have to have a foundation of some type of basis. The rankings are that. Brother, stop cutting me off, man. The rankings.
Go ahead and speak.
The rankings are the foundation. All right, the rankings. That rankings.
Your foundation.
Just like the rankings are a foundation. That is the foundation. I don't give a damn what you think or anybody else thinks or this person thinks. The rankings are the rankings. That's a fact. And Devin Haney fought the number one guy in the 4-man tournament that was ordered. The one that Teofimo was supposed to fight Javier Fortuna, and Teofimo dipped out and fought Richard Comey instead. The same one, and then they put Javier Fortuna as a mandatory to Devin Haney out of nowhere. And Ryan Garcia just jumped in the picture out of nowhere. Wasn't even in the 4-man tournament at all. But yet we talk about, this guy here and being a mandatory for here. Bro, this guy didn't fight nobody. That guy he fought was number one. Number one. That's who he fought. The man fought it. He fought in the tournament to become the mandatory to the champion. And they played him. They played this man. And then he fought Linares. Everybody, Linares, man, when Lomachenko fight him, he a 3-division champion. He a 3-division, man. You got to give him his credit, 3-division champion. But mysteriously, he lost all divisions when Devin fought him. Mysteriously, he was not a 3-division champion when Devin fought him.
Who said that?
Linares.
Cut me off. Now he's shot. He's shot. He's past it. He's out of all this stuff. He's shot, blah, 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 all this yada, yada, yada. He's no longer a 3-division champion. Now his first ever fight is Jojo Diaz. So when he washes Jojo Diaz, the whole thing is going to come back, well, Gary beat him better. Oh, well, Gary washed him. And Jojo Diaz ain't nothing. Jojo Diaz a little dude moving.
Not first ever fight, BL. Well, I didn't say first. My bad. I didn't say first ever fight. This is him progress. I feel like his first big one was Linares. And this is a bigger step up from Linares.
I'm okay with that thought. I'm okay with anybody's opinions. I'm okay with
you really just put me on something with the other, because I really forgot that Russian dude was ranked number one. I knew the Russian, but I didn't know he was ranked, number one. But I do remember him fighting.
That's how Haney got his interim WBC belt.
Yeah. I didn't know he was ranked number one though. I didn't know he was ranked number one.
He was ranked above Devin, and then it was Devin, and then it was Teo, and then it was Javier Fortuna. And that 4 was the 4-man WBC tournament, and the winner was going to be the mandatory to Luke Campbell versus Lomachenko.
I remember that tournament, but I had no idea that the Russian that Devin beat was a part of type shit.
Yeah. He dropped out of the tournament because he didn't want to smoke with damn Devin. And then who said that about Devin? Like he was high risk, low reward. Somebody said that about Devin. It was the same thing they used to do to Floyd. They were like, oh, that's the same thing that Golden Boy, Oscar said about Floyd. Oh, he's too high risk and low reward. Yes. I mean, at the end of nobody said that about Tank, Julius. Nobody has said that about Tank.
Okay, now can I respond now?
Go ahead.
First of all, Abdullayev, I was at that fight when Devin stopped him. Abdullayev, I thought was an okay fighter. He had beat Hank Lundy before, so I had seen him fight. So I thought that he might give Devin a little test, but he didn't. Devin knocked him out. As far as what I had said to Destiny before, Floyd Mayweather was not ducked by anybody at 30, 35, and 40. He started getting ducked once he got up and wanted to fight Oscar De La Hoya and Shane Mosley. The higher weight classes guys ducked him. At 30, he fought. Hold on a second. At 30, he fought Diego Corrales. He fought Gennaro Hernandez. He fought Manfredi. He fought Jose Luis Castillo twice. He fought Philip Ndu, who was getting ducked by other guys. They were knocking everybody out at that particular time. You know what I'm saying? He didn't beat Gotti. He beat Chop Corley at 40. So he fought a lot of guys fought him. The only guy I will say that ducked him was Acelino Freitas at 130. At 47, he got ducked by De La Hoya and Shane Mosley.
That's me. We already know. So Julius, what boxing have you been keeping up with? And what boxing have you been watching?
I have no idea, because there's all kind of articles that say Floyd Mayweather is the most duck fighter when he was down there. He was the most duck fighter. He called out everybody.
I got you. I just told you 10 different champions, and I didn't even name all of them that fought him.
You do realize that
it was fresh. Never mind.
You realize that Gennaro Hernandez that you're talking about, the Gennaro Hernandez, Floyd was a late replacement. So you saying it like Gennaro
Thank you,
Hernandez
that's me.
knew who he was.
Hey, St. Louis, what's up, boy?
He
Hey, what you smashed the like
No,
that?
That's
Then?
all I said, bro.
You're saying
Well,
like
you want
he knew
you
who
want to
but you
argue,
put the name
BFT.
in. You put the name
BFT,
in.
you want see
Bro, you put the
BFT,
name in.
you want
You
to
added the
argue,
name.
bro.
Okay,
I
no,
don't want to
you
argue
added the
with
name.
you. I
You
don't
added
want
the
to
name.
argue with you. No, you want to argue, bro.
No, you
I
added the
don't
name.
want to argue with you.
Well, you shouldn't have
I'm
added
up
the
here
name.
talking boxing. I
You
ain't
ain't talking
arguing
boxing.
with you.
You said,
I'm
"Oh
talking.
man, he fought Gennaro Hernandez."
You just hey, that's my opinion, BFT.
That's not an opinion.
You got a problem with my opinion?
That ain't an opinion.
I'm just wondering. You got a problem with my
That's
opinion,
not,
bro?
I see
No,
you.
that is my opinion because
I
he
understand you wanna
did
move the
fight him.
goalpost.
But I'm
I get
saying
it. I
you
understand you wanna move the
goalpost.
argue
BFT.
everything
That is
that I
not
say. You
an
arguing
opinion.
it.
That ain't an
No,
opinion.
I'm saying I'm talking to you directly.
And I'm
You
talking to
want
you
to
directly.
argue everything I say. You arguing it.
I don't
I mean, I'm
argue
just saying for
everything you
what?
say. You
He's
named
just
Gennaro
disagreeing with you.
Hernandez.
No, I'm talking to you.
Hernandez.
He
Gennaro
fought him.
Hernandez.
He
Yeah, he
fought
fought
him.
him on
What are
late
you gonna argue
replacement.
something? That
Late
fight was in
replacement.
September of
You really
'98,
think,
bro.
you know this is what I do.
The
So
fight
you
was
ain't
in.
gotta
I
talk
don't
over me.
know
I'll keep
you.
talking. We ain't
I
gonna
don't
keep
know
talking.
you.
I don't know you either. I don't
So
know
you talking about I
T,
know what
T,
you do. I don't know you.
I don't know
give
you.
What's
me
up?
the
What's
mic.
up? What's
I
up?
don't
What's
know
up?
you,
What's up?
bro.
What's up?
Talk over me, I'll keep talking over
No,
you.
He said
you
We'll
he
get
keep
don't fight
nowhere.
on
talking.
this.
And we'll
I
get
don't
nowhere.
know you.
You're saying what to me? And you're doing nothing. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you saying to me?
No,
So
what are
wanna
you
talk over me, I'll
saying?
talk over you, and we'll get nowhere.
You talking over? I
We'll
don't
do
know what
nothing.
you talking about, bro. You
said
just want to
Gennaro
argue.
Hernandez.
I don't even know
He
you.
fought Gennaro Hernandez on short notice. You act like Gennaro Hernandez wasn't. Oh, Gennaro Hernandez wasn't ducking Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't ducking
Bro,
Floyd Mayweather, man.
he didn't have to take the fight.
It was a short notice fight.
Rest in
It was a short
Gennaro
notice fight.
Hernandez, man.
Period.
Gennaro fought Oscar
You
De La
act
Hoya on
like
short
you act like
notes.
he didn't
The
call
guy
him
would fight.
too. Like he didn't say he'll fight.
I didn't
Let
know
me
you know
just get
about
him.
it.
BFT, come
Like
on,
Shane
bro.
Moses and Shane
T,
Moses at
Bro,
T,
come on,
you,
bro.
Stop it.
T,
Stop
Bro,
it.
come
You sound
on,
like a
bro.
hater, dude.
I'm not
You a
feeling it.
hater.
You sound like
You
a
the one
straight hater.
hating.
What
I
am
don't
I
You the
hating
one
on?
hating.
The
Who
one
You
am I
thing I'm
gotta
trying to
be.
figure out,
Who I'm
Who am I
hating
hating
on?
on?
Who I'm hating on? I don't even know
That's what I
you.
thought.
Ain't
You answered the
nobody
question
hating
He
on
said,
before.
George,
what I
he said,
thought.
George
What I
Casamel.
thought.
Question with a
Bro, you
Muted
ain't talking
Mario.
nothing, man.
That's what I thought. Answer
You
the
ain't
the
The
talking
thing,
Mrs.
nothing,
Bryce said,
bro.
George
You ain't
Casamel,
talking
Prince
nothing.
Joe
Naheem,
You hate.
Frazier,
All
Casamayor.
you doing is
Sidhu,
hate.
Mosley,
And
Duck
I had
Ford.
said Freitas. You get out of here, BFT.
but the thing
Straight
about it
hate.
is
He said,
Julius.
You
he
hating,
said,
bro.
Casamore, he
Just
said, I never
argumentative,
been.
You're
Julius,
argumentative, brother,
Hey,
man.
Blue.
You're argumentative, brother.
That
Julius,
dude,
what you're
That's why.
saying is
T,
what you're saying
T,
is hard to
mute,
grasp.
mute
Blue
Jordan.
Blood. Shout out my nigga Blue Blood Sports TV.
T,
Sliding through
mute
this joint.
Jordan.
back there.
Blue
Nobody can
Blood.
talk but
Nobody
him.
duck this dude. Ain't nobody duck Floyd Mayweather. Ain't
But
nobody.
what you're
I
What's
saying
didn't
good,
say
bro?
nobody ducked him. Man, you
You
talking
did.
What's
You
good,
silly.
said
man?
I
no
said
one ducked him
nobody.
for
I said
30,
that he
40.
fought a lot of guys. I said he started getting
So
ducked
you never
really
said
at
nobody
the
ducked.
higher weight
You didn't
classes.
say that.
I said
T,
he got it. He could start getting ducked
Yo,
at the
That
higher
doesn't make
weight
any
Black
classes.
sense
Julius. I
considering at
mean,
the higher
delete
weight
his mic.
classes he was worth more
Mute
money.
his
That
mic.
doesn't make any
Facts.
T,
sense.
mute
Facts
his
behind.
mic.
That
It
doesn't
don't
make
make
any
no sense.
sense.
Oh my
He makes
God.
zero sense.
That's what doesn't
Mute
make
his
sense.
mic.
He makes
Yo,
zero
shout
sense.
out Blue Blood Sports TV sliding through this joint.
Like
Appreciate you sliding
Julius,
through this joint, Blue Blood. He
Julius,
said,
you just
salute
tried to
Blue
articulate
Blood
that the
Sports
reason why
TV. Salute my brother Bill TV Box.
What
Glad
up,
you could
Blue?
make it, Blue Blood.
Julius, you just tried to articulate that the reason why no one ducks Tank is because he's the money man, but you're saying people duck
I never
Mayweather while
said
he was the
nobody
money man.
ducked Tank Davis. I never
Hey,
said nobody ducked Tank
hey,
Davis.
Bruh.
T,
You did. You said
delete,
no one's ducking
mute
him because
his
he's the
He
mic,
money
said,
T.
man.
salute to
I
my black
never said
lady,
that. What
Destiny Brooks.
BFT said.
That's what
That's what
you
Hey, Blue.
BFT said.
you
What's
did
up?
say that
T,
as well.
We
BFT
having
mute
said
his
there's
mic.
nobody ducking
we
him
having
because he's the
dialogue.
money.
We having
I said
dialogue.
that he was a money
Mute,
We
man,
mute,
having,
mute.
Right.
T, he's
You said
over
the
talking
same
everybody.
thing. You said
but I
he was
didn't
the
say
money
nobody
man.
was ducking him.
But
I
you
said he
also
was the
said that
money
people
man.
duck Floyd
He is
Mayweather
over
while he
talking
was the money
everybody.
man.
Mute his
Like I
fucking
don't
mic.
understand.
he said he been nice to you, bro. Normally you would have been all kind of bitch. Right. He on my platform. Shout out
I
BLTV.
respect
Shout
you,
out
brother.
BLTV. I already know. I appreciate that's my this. But now, that's what we do. That's what we do on here. Y'all know I'm uncensorship, dog. Everybody got their own opinion.
But people
Well,
let
I'm
people
just
talk
trying to
about it
understand.
though.
I'm trying to understand his point of view. He's saying Floyd was ducked when he was worth more money. I'm trying to understand that. Like, I don't understand. I'm trying to understand.
Everybody was trying to fight Floyd when he was worth money.
When Floyd was the money man of all of boxing, you're saying everyone was avoiding him. I'm trying to figure that out. Help us.
I only said that they were ducking him when he started getting up to the higher weight classes. De La Hoya and Mosley. Casamayor did duck him and Freitas.
Hey,
and I said Freitas. But I
Real
never
quick, let me
said
tell
that.
y'all something. Hold on, real quick, let me tell y'all something about me. Hey, I ain't the dude that be breaking no fights and shit. I'm the dude that be like, all right, go let them get their one, and then we go, and then I bet you after they finish, everything will be okay. I ain't the nigga that be breaking no fights and shit, y'all. So when people be having it out, I'm gonna let people have it out until they figure out what's supposed to be going on in this motherfucker. Like
No, but see,
No,
nobody
I'm not trying to
hears
fight.
them.
I was trying to ask a
Eventually,
question.
Nobody
eventually we
hears
all.
somebody's over talking everybody though, T. That's not how we're
I
supposed to
feel you.
operate. At least
I
let
feel
somebody
you.
get their word in. He
Destiny,
keeps
I'm not
cutting everybody
Destiny.
off.
I haven't even talked for minutes.
My nigga go.
Stay
Now,
talking.
My
the
nigga,
That's
devil
all
is
you been doing.
solutions. Get
Talk about
your
it.
mouth for minutes.
Talking about.
my nigga go say something to you supposed to ask you. Nah, bro. We just this. I mean, this boxing, it's a versus sport. We ain't finna. We here to argue. I mean, we here to fucking argue. It's a versus in the middle of that
Yeah,
motherfucker. We got different. We got
Jesus,
different.
one at a time. Right now, we sound like a bunch of fucking hyenas. Julius has been talking nonstop since he got on the platform. BF was trying to make his point. He was over talking him. D-Hop was trying to make his point. He over talked him. When I try to make my point, he over talks me. We got to mute his mic. It's not fair. Let people talk one at a time. Like we sound like a bunch of hyenas. I mean, nothing's getting across. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
It's just not right.
You see how I figured itself out, and now we talking one at a time. You see how everything kind of figured itself out. You had to, yeah. All you had to do it. All you had to do was, you should have started yelling 20 minutes ago, and we could have had this figured out already. You should have just started yelling 20 minutes ago, and you know what I'm saying? And we would have had it.
Okay, let's do it. BF, it's your turn, and after that, D-Hive is your turn, and then it'll be mine, and then yours, T, and then back to you, Julius. Go ahead, BF.
So all I'm saying is that Devin Haney has been getting avoided by all these dudes. All these dudes have been avoiding him. None of these dudes are trying to fight this man. The man got put 2 mandatories put on him, and both the mandatories refused to fight him. But the only reason why Jojo Diaz is fighting Devin Haney is because Ryan Garcia pulled out, or Jojo Diaz wouldn't be fighting him either. So we sit here and we start talking about how, oh man, we say that Devin got his step up fight. This is the step up fight. This is this, and this is that, this is that. And then we start talking about how, my opinion is a step up fight. Is this and that and that. And I'm sitting here like, but the rankings determine who is what. Not your opinion. Your opinion don't dictate anything. The rankings dictate that. And this man was ranked that, so he was ranked higher than Devin with Devin fought him. And now we're talking about Javier Fortuna, like Javier Fortuna didn't duck him either, because he did. And Javier Fortuna was blatantly about to fight. He was blatantly about to fight Ryan Garcia. And instead of fighting Devin Haney, and when Ryan Garcia pulled out, he went and fought Jojo D, who literally just moved to the weight. He got no fights in his weight class. He literally just moved here. Just moved to the weight class and fought Javier Fortuna right away. Like what? Right? For what, bro? Javier Fortuna had no reason to fight Jojo Diaz. None. We saw. The homie says that was his management, blah blah blah, management. As if if Javier Fortuna don't have a say in his own career. As if Javier Fortuna can't say, hold on a second, bro. I'm the man. The WBC made me mandatory to fight in August. By August to fight this man. All right. I want my title shot. Why do I got to fight another eliminator? I want my title shot. And we sit here talking about, the management team says this, as if Javier Fortuna don't have a mouth at all. He's sitting back, I get my title shots right here. I'm the mandatory. My title shots right here, but I'm just going to give it to somebody else. And maybe, and then if I beat Jojo, then I'll fight Devin, when I'm already Devin's mandatory. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. It's like, why can't we just put it for what it is? Buddy, you ducked Devin. You ducked this man. Blatantly ducked this man. Jojo, you were about to duck him. You had all this rah-rah talk, all this yada, 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 and all this other stuff. And then the dude, right after he beat Javier Fortuna, next thing you know, he's calling out Ryan Garcia. For what? You beat you beat Javier Fortuna to fight Devin. What are you talking about fighting Ryan Garcia? Then Devin offers the man the same money that you were going to get for Ryan Garcia plus the belt, and the nigga still was debating it. What are we talking about here? Jojo Diaz, you are a good fighter. You're a good little fighter, dude. You're a good little fighter. There is levels This man is not on Devin's level. He's going to get embarrassed. He's going to get completely styled on from start to finish. Bro, I don't even think this man will win a round. He's going to get embarrassed. He's flat-footed, and he ain't got no good-ass movement. He ain't got, bro, he just goes straight forward. He's a typical prodding forward fighter. And Devin is going to embarrass this man badly. And then they're going to have all these excuses and talking points about how, oh, man, well, you know, JoJo is little and blah, blah, blah. People say, I get this all the time. They say one thing before the fight, and then after the fight, it's something totally different. Every single time. It's like, bro, just give the man his respect. He wants these guys. He's doing what we want fighters to do. He's all up in their face, running down on them, all in the ring, running down on them. These dudes, none of these dudes is trying to fight this man at all. So we got to give the man the respect that he's trying to give us, and just leave it at that. We don't need to do all this extra stuff, man. These guys is ducking this dude.
You yield the mic, DF?
Yeah, I ain't gonna go no farther, bro. You got
okay, D-Hive, go ahead.
Well, no, yeah, I agree with that for the most part, and yeah, you know, he has been ducked, and we can say what we want about the level of his competition. We can try to assess them on any metrics that are presented, but the fact of the matter is, these are the people in the division, and Haney has not only put up and beat everyone they've tried to put in front of him, but he's never been unwilling to fight any mandatories. All he was asking for was the right to fight healthy. But you were sort of at the point that the management has to do with it. But Javier Fortuna has showed major disinterest from the start, and I think that management was acting on his behest, especially once he mentioned Ryan Garcia. And you know, I agree with BFTB. Haney has been heavily avoided. They've used franchise championships. They've given him multiple mandatories. In fact, 2 at the same time, and none of them wanted to fight each other, including Diaz. Diaz was getting ready to fold, but he gave in to public pressure. He was hesitating signing the contract, but he only did it when he got cornered in because Haney caught him making all kinds of excuses. But you know, in the situation we were talking about with the Tank versus Haney, it's definitely a 50-50. I favor Haney because I think he has the tools, and hopefully after Diaz, Kamboso can actually keep his word, barring any intervention from Bob in the WBO or the WBA and their shenanigans, and hopefully we can get undisputed and Haney can get the respect and the fights he deserves. Because the truth of the matter is, while we're talking about competition, if it weren't for the WBC, as far as Teofimo and Lomachenko is concerned, Haney would have beat both of them motherfuckers already. But that's all I got.
I have to piggyback off of what you and BF said on D-Hive. Like, there's just no competition for Devin Haney at 135. Like, he's literally going to run through all these dudes. And I know you may think Tank is, you know, the second coming of Jesus, Deontay, Christ, but he's not. If he was that, people would not be avoiding. I mean, they would be avoiding him at all costs. And he's not the money man that people think he is. He gets a guaranteed $1 million. Plus 60%, whatever the pay-per-view is, and something like, I think like 60% of the live gates of whatever the fight is. So that equals to right around the same amount of money that Haney gets, what, $3.5 million or whatever. So I mean, at the end of the day, they're both the money man. It's just that Tank is on pay-per-view, whereas Devin Haney's on DAZN. And I guess more people will, you know, they think they gravitate more towards pay-per-view, but pay-per-view, his pay-per-view numbers is, according to Showtime, it's only like, I think the most he's had like 200-something thousand. Like last year, I think it was like 200,000 was the most. And, you know, some people said it was 150K. So, I mean, I don't see why you keep thinking like Tank is like this spectacular dude. If that's the case, then, you know, when when Haney called him out a long time ago, he would have fought him. I mean, there's just no, like, why we need all this built up? If he's that man, just go fight him. Go fight him. That's all we're saying. Go fight him. If you that man, you round 135, as Tank says, and that's what you believe, then just go fight Haney. When Haney calls your ass out, be the first one in the ring to go do it. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear nothing about no goddamn promoters, because at the end of the day, the promoters work for the fighter. The fighter don't work for the promoters. And if he ain't got no balls to stand into fucking Mayweather and Limmerby, then they need to sign that nigga. Put that nigga on his lap and son that nigga. If he can't stand up for his own self, that's all I'm saying. I yield the mic. See, SouthernTea. Okay, but go ahead, Julius, because I don't know what he's doing.
Okay. First of all, let me get this out. I ain't gonna tear down no black guy. So me saying that my
Hey,
opinion
King.
about Devin Haney's career is what I'm saying about a particular fight. I think that Devin should win this fight this weekend. I think that JoJo is a decent fighter. I think he's good. I think that he's a step up from Linares, not career wise. I think Linares has had a better career than JoJo Diaz. I just think at this point of their career, Linares fought Devin at the right time as far as he wasn't as good as he normally is. But that progression happens in every boxer career. I think Devin should win. As far as Tank Davis, I expect Tank to go out there and blow this guy out this weekend. I think that Devin, I mean, as far as Tank and Devin, I think that it's not even gonna be a discussion on them until unless Devin is you know, willing to go and fight him on a different network, because I just don't see an Al Heyman fighter going to the zone like that. But I do think that they'll fight, and I would love to see the two brothers fight. And like D Hive said, that he think that um, Devin is going to win because he think that Devin, the skill level of Devin. I think that Tank would win because I think his skill level is a little better. I think Shakur and Tank is the best fight. But as far as tearing down my black folks, I ain't doing that. Not gonna do it. So sometimes I just have to watch it, because when you say nowadays, when you say that one fighter might not beat this other fighter, then you tearing them down. But I'm not tearing down Devin Haney. I just think that Devin, to me, isn't the fighter that Tank or Shakur is. And as far as the rankings, yeah, okay, you definitely go by the rankings. That's how you become a mandatory. But boxing is the only sport where your championship is a organization that you got to pay for the title. That's, to me, that's just a sign for corruption. That's why Devin Haney can't get the fights that he want, because of corruption. The WBC is corrupted. They have, this ain't nothing that started today. This has been corrupted 30 years. We can go back to Jose Suleiman. We can go back to the IBF and Bob Arum testifying. We would call it snitching on Bob Lee. Bob Lee went to prison. So these are the things. That's why, BFT, I talk the way I talk about these rankings, because I feel that there are certain organizations that guys pay their way to the top. It's been that way for 100 years in boxing. It seems guys have been able to pay their way to a title, and in Lomachenko position, he should have fought Devin Haney. There's no excuse. As a matter of fact, Loma would have been in the best situation to win a fight against Devin, because Devin hadn't came into his man strength and all that, and he did duck him. And I ain't had a chance to talk about that, because it was old news. But yes, Lomachenko ducked him. You know what I'm saying? And it had nothing to do with Top Rank, because they could have made that fight, because Top Rank do business with DAZN. But again, that's why I say my opinion, because I ain't gonna tear down no brother. I ain't gonna tear him down. I want the best for Bill and Devin. If I say that I think Devin gonna lose a fight, it's because technically I feel that guy can win the fight against Devin. Not because I don't like him or I don't think he got skills. I think he got skills. I think that he ain't gonna come into his own until he move up in weight, because the guy is too big to be making lightweight. You know what I'm saying? He do a lot. Devin, my man Raheem, that worked with a fighter that works with them, had told me that they had been up there at Snack, and Devin hold his weight until right before the weigh-in. So the guy might lose 7-8 pounds the day of or day before of the weigh-in. That stuff is dangerous. I don't care how great of a fighter you are. That's the only thing I worry about Devin too when we break these fights down, is the weight situation. The guy is young and he's tall. He got long arms. He got the body of a welterweight. It's time to move up.
You said Devin got the body of a welterweight?
Yeah, in my opinion. Yeah.
Well, I would say Tank is more Tank is in a better position to go to welterweight over Devin. Not to say that they both could. They could both go. But
I think they both could.
I would say Tank is better prepared for welterweight than Devin.
You know why the only reason I'm a disagree BF is because I think that Devin is more disciplined than Tank. I think that if Tank took his training serious, and also if he had a nutritionist, I think, or if he trained at Snack, I think that Tank probably could make 30. But the way that this guy was drinking and blew up to 170, 180, I don't really know. Let me retract that. I don't know what his true weight is because of the things that he done to his body as far as in the past and blowing up. So I don't know if it's 30, 35, 40, 47. But I just feel that Devin, to me, looking at his body structure, his arms, how long they are, and just, I just think of him as that he's going to be a better fighter at welterweight or junior welterweight.
You do realize that Tank has only missed weight one time.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think that Tank, I want to see what his natural weight is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
I feel you. I feel you with that thought process. But Tank Davis has been very disciplined. You don't see the man on the news. You don't see nothing like that.
Not no more.
Your thought process is on back then. That is not Tank right now. Tank has been very disciplined. Every time you see the man, he's in the gym or with his kids. He's got a brand new baby. He's been in, and he's a family man. That's where the man is. That's where his mind and his focus has been at, his family and boxing. So you're looking at something that isn't him right now.
No, I'm just talking about weight.
I feel you, but he's only missed weight one time. He's only missed it one time, and that was at 130. And then he ended up going back down to 130 to fight Leo Santa Cruz later on, years later. So when we're talking about the man's weight, and I have no beef with your opinion about Devin being more suited to be at 147. I would disagree. Because at 147, I'm not saying Devin can't do it. Not at all. He could do it. I believe he'd do it. I believe he'd be successful. But I believe the challenges and the difficulties are going to be more difficult for Devin than Tank at 147. Because
how about 40?
Because at 40, I think they're about the same. But at 47, I think Tank will be better suited for 147 than Devin because Tank has got that power. He's got that, bro. That equalizer. He'd be getting outboxed. You gotta put into mindset that if he goes to 47, you're gonna be fighting a Thurman. You're gonna be fighting a Jerron Boots and a Virgil Ortiz.
Wait, BS Suave. Thurman is somewhere in La La damn land. Ain't nobody finna fight that bitch.
But his ass will probably come out somewhere and he'll come out somewhere and say something later on down the line and cry like a bitch about something else. But you still got those guys up there. And those guys right there, you have the same skill set as one of the guys at 140, except for they're bigger punchers or 135, but they're just bigger punchers. So when you have a puncher like Tank, you can add that to what you bring to the table already and can equalize a lot of stuff up there. But at 140, whole different story. At 140, I think that's more. I think 140 because I met Dave. I've been around Dave, so at 140. I think that suits him better because what you got to understand. I don't want to be long-winded, but what you got to understand is people will fight best at their natural weight.
I agree with that.
Where you have to do the least amount of cutting, the least amount of anything. If that's your natural weight, you're getting up and doing what you normally do, and you're just on weight. That's just your natural. That's how Floyd. That's why Floyd paid that $3 million dollar thing to Juan Manuel Marquez, so that he didn't have to freaking what's in it because his natural weight. So right. I think Devin at 140 is a problem for anybody anybody. I don't agree with this man strength that people talk about. You either got it or you don't. If you're gonna get your strength up, then you're gonna use the snack or whatever the case you're using to focus more on power and blah blah blah. You either got it or you don't. I don't agree with that stance. Like I don't agree with prospects and all that other nonsense. But 140, I think that's the spot for Dev. I think he'll dominate.
Now I'm gonna say this, man, and we ain't had a chance to talk about this guy, but I love him, and I'm gonna talk about Gary Russell. I'm talking about Antoine,
God.
the 140-pound brother. Gary Antoine Russell. I feel that, bro, I'm going to just tell you, BFT, I ain't heard you talk about him. I feel that Gary Antoine Russell is one of the, I feel that he could beat Josh Taylor right now off of no heavy fights. I would pick him. That's my opinion. I love that guy. I feel that he's the goods. He just like Boots. He just ain't been on that. He hasn't jumped on that stage yet like Boots have, but I expect him to beat him.
He beat Boots. He beat
Boots him twice. Yeah,
I know he beat him in the amateurs.
Three times.
Yeah. 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Gary Antoine Russell to me would end up being the best Gary Russell.
The thing about Gary Antoine, man, I love Gary Antoine. He's a savage, bro, and I have spoken about him several times. He's an absolute savage. But I
don't like none of them damn Gary Russells. That's what's wrong, Keith. I'm sorry, BF. He asked me. I can't stand on the little bastards.
Why you don't like Antoine?
Damn, what the hell did Gary Antoine do?
Mr. Gary Russell. So I don't like none of them. Because I don't like Mr. Gary Russell. I don't like none of them little bastards. Because of him.
That's dumb disrespect.
Hey, them guys about black folks too. I give them that.
Yeah,
definitely about that.
Mr. Gary Russell said he was waiting for JoJo Diaz to knock out Devin Haney. No,
we ain't talking about him.
No, the fuck they're not.
We talking about the brother. We talking about Antoine.
I don't like none of them. They brother. I don't like none of them. I want them to lose.
You know what? I respect that because you keeping it a buck. What I don't respect is someone said, "Oh man, I like them," but you really don't. I respect that, bro. I can deal with somebody that keeps it a buck with me because I know where you stand and I can rock with that, bro. I'm
gonna treat them as individuals. I'm not gonna throw them in the same hole because they're related.
I mean, hey man, to each his own. But Queen says she don't fuck with none of them because of what, and I ain't got no beef with that. As long I know where the Queen stand at, I'm good with it. I mean, I might not agree, but at least I know where she stand. There's motherfuckers that won't even tell you where they stand at. They'll be capping their ass off, talking about this and talking about that, and doing this and doing that. And then be like, bro, like you on some straight bullshit. Everything you say, be like, yeah, man, I love this guy. Mm-hmm. This nigga only fights bums, man. And all he fights bum ass niggas. And this dude, he does a whole bunch of stupid ass shit, but I love him. Love him to death. No, you don't. No. I'd rather somebody just tell me, bro, I don't fuck with this dude at all, bro. I don't fuck with this dude. And
I do agree that Antoine will definitely get on Josh Taylor's ass, but I think that even if they fought at 147, I think that Gary Antoine Russell and Boots Ennis would work out a little bit different in the pros. 12 rounds, I think it'll be a little bit different.
I agree with my homie D-Hop, bro. I agree with you on the boots thing. I agree. They have history, and pros and amateurs is different. You know what I'm saying? 12 rounds and no headgear and shit like that. I understand and I agree with you on that aspect. Where I'm hesitant, where I'm very hesitant, is with Josh Taylor. I'm very hesitant, bro. And here's my reasoning why I say I'm hesitant with Josh Taylor. Because Josh Taylor is a dirty fighter, but he fights dirty within the rules. It's not like he does just low blow, knee punch, nut punches and stuff like that. Josh Taylor Josh Taylor, when I say dirt, he's a dirty fighter and he's an extremely mean fighter. Extremely mean. Like he don't master. Yes, he did all that, bro. If we clinch, this man is punching you out the clinch. And immediately, bro. And the shit that when they say it's a gentleman's sport, it's a honor amongst thieves.
My bad, fool.
You all good, SouthernTea. When they say a gentleman's thing, right? When they say that is not Josh Taylor. That man is a dirty fighter, bro. He's and I get it. I'm not saying dirty. I'm not saying dirty as he cheats. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's dirty as here's the line of cheat. This is where fighters normally are at. Josh Taylor's right there. He ain't cheating, but he's right there. Yes, Keith caught the veteran moves, what they call him. They call them veteran moves.
He's a definitely a veteran. I think that the reason I was thinking that Antoine could get him was looking at Ramirez was able to bully him in that fight. And I just think that Antoine is more explosive. But you know what? We got to see it. But I definitely think
for the queen.
Antoine is explosive and he might can get him. He might can get him.
I'm not disagreeing. I all I said is I have hesitations.
I got you.
If you was to put Gary Antoine and then you was to put Josh Taylor straight up, like just straight up, no veteran moves, just straight up. I got Gary Antoine, and I got Gary Antoine by stoppage, by destructive stoppage in like 9-10 rounds. Yeah. But that's not the sport of boxing, homie.
Right.
How do y'all rate Subriel Matias at 140?
I like him. I just think that I think if he fought a guy like Antoine, or not even Antoine, a jab would beat Matias. Because he's real wild. He can punch, but I don't think it's concussive, devastating. I think he's more of a clubber, but he got good shot. But he can be outboxed.
What are you talking about? Because my damn phone did something retarded. What happened?
We started talking about Dev and Tank going to 140 and it sort of bled over into
my joint.
No, that's not you. That's Queen Destiny. She got that echo.
My mic. You said I'm doing what? Echo.
There's
go out. Go out and come back in.
Go out and come back in. Okay.
I just think because of his, I'm not saying that he has one punch sleeper power, but I think because of his ability, his proven ability to, destroy people by accumulation. I think he's a sleeper. I think if you don't prepare for him right, you could definitely end up with yourself out of it. I think he has the potential to upset anybody. I'm not saying that he could just outright outbox anyone because his loss to Ananian showed that he can be touched and his chin isn't made of titanium. But I think if you go in there playing with him and you think he's an easy work, he can fuck around and make you look. He can fuck around and make you look stupid, like Avanesian did to Taylor, and a bunch of other stuff.
And here's another thing, D-Hive. He also is vicious enough to take you off this earth. Meaning he is relentless. He's not gonna stop. Yeah. He is literally never gonna stop, no matter how bad you beaten. Matias will finish you off. He is a violent fighter, man. He's definitely violent fighter. Yeah, he killed the guy.
He literally. Yeah, he killed him.
You know what I'm saying? The guy is vicious.
Had no remorse either.
No remorse.
Keep in mind, people, when I say that Matias killed Dadashev, he didn't rabbit punch him to death like some other people. No, those were all clean punches. That was pure concussive force. That man's skull, that man's brain bled out in his skull. He went into a coma and died. And not only that, that guy was undefeated and was a good, tough fighter. But Matias, man, is a strong guy. But I will say this. The one way to get to Matias is to box him and go down to the body because he is so, you know what I'm saying, you can get to him. Now, that's one thing about it. You can get to him. He's easy to be found now. That's true. His defense needs Christ. I remember when he was fighting Jukumbayev, for the first few rounds, Jukumbayev had him looking stupid until he started getting off, and then Jukumbayev just couldn't recover. But I admit, the boy doesn't keep his hands up. His defense definitely needs Christ. And if he comes across Tank, he most likely going to go to bed, and it's going to hurt him.
Yeah, I don't think Tank will fight him.
I don't either.
I don't think Tank will fight him.
For what? Yeah, why would he?
Yeah, Matias has no profile. He has no belts. He has no popularity. He's not even that big in the Dominican Republic to keep it real. Right. Like, we're keeping it real.
You mean PR?
Yeah, he's from Puerto Rico. He's a black Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
like I would love to see it, but my homie knows him. My homie knows.
Don't you already got a loss?
Yeah. To Ananian. Personally, I thought that was enough to be a draw from keeping it real, but that's just me.
Sometimes in fight, those judges, man, if a guy's an underdog, if he get close in a round, they'll give the round to the underdog sometimes, even if he actually may have lost that round. You know, I mean, the judging in these fights, man. You know, guys ain't judging these fights according to who win them. Sometimes it's according to did they outdo my expectation of that round. You know what I'm saying? I always think about judging a round by would I rather be that person in that round. You know what I'm saying?
So I see the queen. She asked in something in the comments. I saw in the comments she's saying something about Devin getting undisputed. First off, I think, in all honesty, I'm gonna keep it a buck with everybody here, but I'm not even gonna cap. I do not think George Kambosos is fighting Devin.
Thank you. I don't think so
Yeah,
neither.
me either. Me either. I did it first.
I think he's fighting Tank.
I don't even think he's gonna fight Tank.
Me
I think
neither.
he's fighting Lomachenko next.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to. I think
Yeah,
he's gonna
some
fight.
shit like
It's
that.
either gonna be Lomachenko or they're gonna start talking about he got to fight some mandatory or something like that. I think he's not gonna fight Devin. Kambosos is going to duck Devin Haney. He's already saying some weird ass shit. And he first and
I'm
I
the A side.
yeah, I
He
talked
said
to the
that?
man. I talked to the man's trainer, bro. And I said, this is before he fought Tio. This was months ago. And I told the dude, I said, hey man, because I know that if Teofimo would have ducked Kamboso, that he could have petitioned the IBF to fight Devin Haney for the vacant belt. They could have unified that belt. And I told him this, and when I told him this, he was like, sort of surprised that could happen. You know what I'm saying? And then it went from surprise to like, I'm not. Nah, we're not gonna go that route. What? And I'm sitting here like, but you know, he sort of came back and circled back around and say, yeah, well, we'll definitely do that. We'll do that. But you had already said that, you know, some kind of shaky shit, like you really didn't want to. That's not the route you wanted to take.
Yeah, I already told you the truth first.
Yeah,
I'm the A side. Haney got to come to me.
Yeah, so then after that, now Kamboso is saying, you know, before it was, you know, Tio won't fight Devin and blah blah blah. This is before he beat Tio. He won't fight him and blah blah blah. When I beat Teofimo, I'm fighting Devin. That's the fight. That's what he said. Because we got to clear up Undisputed. There's a dispute. We got to clear it up. Then afterwards, all of a sudden now, well, WBC says I'm undisputed, so you know that's it. Now WBC says I'm undisputed. So since I'm undisputed, you know, I just want everybody, you know, I'm putting it all, labeling it all over the place. Like, come on, homie. Well, what are we doing right now, bro? You got an opportunity to clear up the dispute, to clear it up. There's no other fight. I get it. Trust me, I get it. If I'm George Kamboso, I'm trying to fight Tank Davis. George Kamboso cannot beat Devin Haney. He cannot beat Tank Davis. He cannot. That man gets stopped in destructive fashion against Tank. He gets embarrassed. Devin will embarrass this man. And people say, oh, man, this is a great fight right now. Kamboso, man, because Kamboso beat, you know, Kamboso ain't shit, bro. He ain't shit, bro. For real. That dude is niggas is jocking this nigga like he is not shit because Tio wasn't shit.
Right. Yeah, let me just say this real quick. WBC does not want to see a black face to be undisputed at lightweight division because they don't want to see that because he'll be the first black person to ever do that. The first person, period. And then the fact he'd be black, they're definitely trying to block that shit with this whole goofy, he's undisputed bullshit. They don't want to see that.
At Julius, yes, it would be the 4-belt era. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Not
the 4-belt era.
In the 4-belt era, yes, he would be. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but
they don't want to see that.
Your mic is muted too, Julius, for some reason, mate, because I couldn't hear when you were saying something, but I knew you wanted to say something because I saw the look in your face. But yeah, she's correct. So you now try to say something.
No, I was saying is Kambosa if a black guy get it at lightweight, it'll be the first in the lightweight era, 4-belt lightweight era. Okay, but let me ask you this. I think that Kambosos is gonna take I think he might face a mandatory. You know what I'm saying? If he don't do either one of them guys, you got to think this guy, you know, let's be honest. You know, I think that every guy goes into a fight and try to win, no doubt. But how many of us thought he was going to win? Now, some people did pick it, but I didn't see him, you know, winning. I mean, I didn't. You did.
Kamboso beat him by split decision.
But and that's what happened. But Kambosa, you know, he hit the lottery. I mean, first of all, that fight he got paid real good. I mean, he want to keep it up, and he ain't trying to fight nobody that's gonna turn the lights out, and he ain't gonna fight nobody he can't touch. But I think he might fight somebody very low level. He might take a domestic fight or
I
go
agree.
to Australia somewhere.
I agree. He's going to fight one of them, and then he's going to fight Lomachenko and lose, and they're going to say,
Yeah, Lomachenko gonna beat him up.
No, I don't think that he's gonna have. I don't think that Bob Arum is gonna give him the option for a domestic level fight. Considering number one, Bob wants to get the belts, back home as soon as possible. Considering the Teofimo embarrassment, and number two, Lomachenko is already the number one for the WBO. Now the WBA been running their mouth about Tank, but even if that was on the table, I don't think Tank would even entertain that. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna let Kambosos get some rest, talk his shit, enjoy the press. And then Bob is going to start typing the petition in the morning to get Lomachenko ass over there and put some pressure on him. Everyone that's still hyped up on Lomachenko after 2 fucking losses is going to be like, oh, finally, now Lomachenko could be exactly where he was before he lost to Lopez. And then they're going to go back to Devin Haney like they were and have him go beating up people at Top Rank. Maybe a second fight with Lopez, some dumb shit like that, so Lomachenko can redeem himself. And then we're going to go back to business as usual because they wasn't about it off top.
Facts. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. The only way Devin Haney is going to get undisputed is if Kamboso fights him next.
Yeah.
If you don't,
Devin Haney gonna have to shoot his body.
He said we block colors from title.
It is true, man. The no more Mayweather.
I agree with that. That's exactly what they said. And I don't like how when Mayweather took his black ass over there to Mexico to deal with fucking Mauricio Suleiman, Kiki, and ha with those motherfuckers, and he see how they fucking black fighters, and then his black ass get on damn national TV talking about he's undisputed, nigga, you know better. Sit your coon ass down. You know better.
Haven't Mayweather shown us? Haven't Mayweather shown us since he retired, or even before, that he don't mind throwing a black. He don't mind throwing a black guy under the bus.
As long as he's making some bread.
He's shown us all that.
Yeah, I mean, we know that. As long as the money.
And then what's weird is that on Twitter today, I saw something that said Mayweather wasn't happy about Gervonta Davis wearing Canelo gloves. I'm like, nigga, Grant gloves are manufactured in Mexico. Fuck all that. Like, what are we talking about? Elvis Grant has all his gloves manufactured in Mexico, too. So do the Everlast MXs. So it's like...
The only one that don't is winning, right?
Yeah, winning is in Japan. So I'm like,
that's right.
Cut the bullshit out, bro. Just stop it. Stop feeding this garbage. First you're saying Canelo's a duck and he need to fight some damn body, and then you go, oh well, actually, he is in fact undisputed, and that's only the shit on Devin, to be quite honest, because they don't want to put Tank in the situation where he might.
And why he got that little? Why I noticed that too. I'm glad you said it, D. Why he want to take that? Why he took the chance to take that little shot at Devin right there?
Because they couldn't retain Devin. Devin didn't sign with him.
I don't think it's the shit on Devin. It's not the shit on Devin. It's to big up Tank, because you got to remember Tank has a WBA regular belt.
Okay, that makes sense.
So when people are trying to down Devin, they're saying Devin's belt ain't the real belt. That's what they're saying. The real belt is with Kamboso, right? So what he's doing is trying to give a false equivalent with Tank Davis's WBA regular belt, and
he capped it for his fighter, like I was talking about. DiBella was doing earlier for Kamboso.
He wants to give a false equivalent. Yeah,
and let's be honest, Floyd up until this point hasn't really been saying hardly nothing about Tank. If you think about it, Leonard Ellaby is the only person that I hear over there that'll talk up for Tank. When it come time, when Floyd get in those press conferences, he normally takes the show. You know what I'm saying? And he talk for everybody, especially Tank. And I hear him promoting himself more than he promote Tank. But like I had said to someone before, and I say this to Destiny, because she was saying before about what as far as Floyd Mayweather doing for Tank Davis, man, let's be honest. Tank Davis is gonna move however Al Heyman gonna help him shake, because I don't think that Floyd and Leonard is as instrumental in a lot of those who he fights opponent wise. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think Al Heyman will want? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think that Al Heyman is the more of the boss than Floyd, is what I'm saying.
Potentially, but then again, maybe not. So we really don't know that one. But what I do know is that Floyd has he has a lot of fucking stakes in PBC. So he has a lot of say in a lot of the fights. You know, and some of the fights that don't get made are because of his marination type shit or letting them build and shit like that. Like Floyd has a he doesn't. I'm not. How can I term this? I don't want to say he's hindering it. He's not hindering it because hindering is sort of a little bit too strong on it. But he's sort of favoring and pushing things a certain direction versus hindering them. You know, he wants a certain thing, a certain route to go that way versus the way that the river is flowing. He wants to fucking redirect it. The river's still flowing. He just wants to redirect it. So instead of it going straight to there, it goes way the fuck over there, zigzag somewhere, and then eventually comes back towards the very, very end when these niggas is in tail end of their shit.
From a financial point of view, I don't think Al Heyman would struggle to hand over the majority of his stable at 135 and 140 to Tank if the money was right. I think the only people he would hesitate on is maybe like Gary Antoine Russell, like, you know, something like that, to where he might not want to put Gary Antoine in a position where he can get a career-altering injury fighting Tank. But outside of that, everyone on the roster at 135 and 140, I'm confident Al Heyman will hand that ass over for a good pay-per-view. I don't think he's like tripping off that.
Hey, let me add this on too, man. From knowing a little bit about that DC Baltimore scene, I don't think that Tank is in a real hurry to fight a Gary Antoine Russell. I don't see that. I could see him fighting smaller Gary Russell first before he fight Antoine.
I don't think Tank cares, bro. Honest to God. I really don't think he cares. Tank. I really don't think he's scared of anybody. He don't fear anybody. I believe.
Oh no, he ain't scared.
I believe Tank feels and believes that he's that dude, and he'll beat all these dudes. I believe that Tank wants all the work, but I believe Floyd Mayweather is the one that's got the river going that way.
And Floyd dictates the river towards a Mexican.
Yes, that way.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it's easy to capitalize off the hate.
Yeah. But the problem is you to capitalize off the hate, you have to make people hate Tate. You have to make people hate him. That's to capitalize off it. You don't need to go. And one respect I understand Floyd, and another respect I don't. And the one respect where I understand him is because that's the route he took. But that's the route he took not by choice. That's just the way the river flowed. The river flowed that way for him. They just hated him because he wanted to fight Oscar De La Hoya, and that's where it boosted from there. That they didn't really like him before then because they said he was brash and cocky and shit like that. But when it got to Oscar De La Hoya, that's when the hate grew immensely, and it was just a natural river, the natural flow of the river. What he's trying to do is replicate that with Tank. This is what I believe. He's trying to replicate that with Tank when he doesn't have to. In all honesty, bro, he can easily make. Like right now, Tank is doing really good numbers. Really good numbers. Tank is that dude when it comes to pay-per-view, he's making all that. But if he allowed Tank to fight the guys that Tank wants to fight, because I truly believe Tank wants to fight all these guys, because he said it on multiple occasions. I wish I could get all these guys in the same room. I'd fight them all on the same night. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mention anybody's name, because if I mention this guy's name, then that guy's going to say I'm ducking them. I ain't ducking none of these guys. I want them all. Just give them to me. That's what Tank has said on multiple occasions. So we're saying that lets me know that Floyd, instead of letting this man's career flow down the river the same way that and let it go where it go, Floyd is steering it towards the Mexicans. Anybody for them motherfucking fights, bro?
BFT.
That's my thing though. Okay, Tank is the fighter, not Floyd. He's in control. He's in control of his own destiny, you know, to play on my name or whatever.
Sort of love.
If he really wants that smoke, then he can go get it. I would tell Floyd like, nah, nigga. I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight fucking Isaac Cruz nobody ever heard of. I don't want to fight another tomato can. I want, whoever who's at the top. But he's not doing that. So it tells me that he don't really want to smoke it.
It's sort of like that, Queen, but not really, because Tank is actually signed to Floyd. He's actually signed to them. So it's not like Tank is not in the same boat as like an Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? He's not the same boat as that.
BFT, SouthernTea. I'm gonna say one more comment, and I'm gonna get off here, y'all. and I'm gonna say this about Tank. I really think that Mike Tyson was on to something. Because I tell y'all, I'm high into my blacks and my black people, and I feel that they need to get opportunities. I think that if Tank Davis and Devin Haney can get together and make a pact to fight each other, I believe that that can be a bonanza as far as a pay-per-view, man. And because he given these Spanish fighters, you know what I'm saying, of all Spanish descent, opportunity, Mexican, whoever, you know what I'm saying, he could give Devin that same opportunity. Devin, I'm sure that he would be down for that fight. So I'm saying, I think that I've said it before. I think that they should get together for a fight in Atlanta, and they fight on the undercard. Whoever is the main event, it don't really matter. And then they meet up in a big. They could fight on Juneteenth in Atlanta, or wherever, DC. It don't matter, and they can make. And think about it. The Mexicans want to fight on Cinco de Mayo, and they want to always fight on the Mexican Independence Day. I believe that Tank Davis and Devin Haney or Earl Spence and Bud Crawford on Juneteenth in DC or Atlanta is the fight to make. And we can sell it because we move the needle on everything in life. I'm talking about the culture, our money spends usually better than anybody's. You get what I'm saying? And I believe that those guys could get together. Tank Davis and Devin Haney could do 350, 400, 500,000 buys with them two together.
Probably more than that.
Probably more than that. And if it's promoted right, now this is where we miss Don King. They could get 1 million buys. But I'm just saying, man, I want to see that fight.
I agree with you, but I think at this point, just due to proximity, the bigger pay-per-view fight for Tank would be Gary Russell. I think that would be.
I know that's the biggest fight here in the DMV. I know that for
based on proximity from both of these guys. I think that's the biggest pay-per-view fight right now for Tank.
Let's do that.
I think I hear people say Shakur and stuff like that. And I seen you, Mandalore. I think EJ comes out on top of everybody right now. EJ comes out on top. I don't give a damn what the tournament is, bro. He's the man. I understand like Ennis. I do. He's flashy. He got the pizzazz. He got all that stuff. I understand all that, and the man looks great. And I have no beef to Ennis, man. I love Ennis. Errol Spence is Tim Duncan. When I look at Jerome Boots Ennis, I see what's the dude's name? Vince Carter cousin. What's his name?
Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady. That's what I see. I see Tracy McGrady. I see somebody that can drop 30. I can see somebody that'll do that. But it's inconsistent.
Right.
Because you'll drop 30 against a bum ass team or 40 against a bum ass team. And then when you play a not to say the T-Mac didn't do it, but when you play like a really good team, then your numbers are good, but they ain't as good as when you play the bum ass team. Errol Spence is consistent no matter what team he plays.
BFT, let me tell you this. I told SouthernTea this before. Errol Spence, I feel he beats Bud and all those guys. He beat them with this one thing, the jab. The guy jab, man. Even Floyd had to admit that the way Earl can get that jab off, man, he throw it at different angles. He throw it at different speeds. He can disrupt Bud, and Bud a great fighter, man. But I just think that Earl will win a little bit.
Crack kills.
That's the biggest Bud fan in the world. Let me tell you, that's the biggest Bud fan in the world right there, y'all. I'm telling y'all, like,
what's the biggest Bud fan?
Hey, BFT just said he picking Earl.
Let me just say something. I actually respect Spence, and I told SouthernTea this earlier this week. I respect him, and I told him the reason why I did. But let me say this: I feel like all this Bud hate, and if it doesn't fly, let it motherfucking fly. If it doesn't apply to you, let it fly. But I feel like a lot of the Bud hate comes from his melanin. And I feel like a lot of Black people, subconsciously, some maybe even consciously, they do not like the darker complected brothers.
Hell, hold on a second. Do you see how black I am?
I said it does not apply. Let it fly. If it does not apply, let it fly. If it applies to you, a hurt dog will holler.
I got you.
Same thing that goes with Deontay Wilder. All the damn hate that came for Deontay Wilder from the black community.
But
why? He did
saying,
nothing but promote black love.
Is saying
and then let's
that
talk about Bud. His wife is not a light-skinned broad, not like Spencer's wifey. She's not like his wifey is nowhere near as pale as me with this damn kind of hair. That's a real black. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not a real black woman, but y'all know exactly what I'm getting at.
She's a hybrid. She's mixed. Yeah. Right.
I'm not a hybrid though, but yes, his wifey is.
Right. His
wifey is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you look at Bud, his whole family, he don't mind like they you know what I'm saying? Like that's black and proud. You know what I'm saying? Although I know Spencer's black and proud too. A lot of the hate comes from, I feel like it's that man's melanin because we're taught to hate the dark and then celebrate. I know what light skin privilege is because I am light skinned and I've definitely experienced it. So I mean, if it don't apply, let a motherfucking fly. But if it does, a hurt dog will holler.
All right. Well,
I think it's also because a lot of hardcore Bud fans, with all due respect, they be using Bud to. I'm not implying that this is you, Destiny, but a lot of hardcore Bud fans. Well, I don't want to say a lot, but some of them, they be using Bud to like disguise some low key coonery, and that's just some shit I've been noticing. They be doing that, and they'll fuck up Bud name harder out in the boxing streets than Bud do. Now I understand that Bomac and Bernie be saying some dumb shit every now and then, but I don't put that on Bud because they stupid and they trying to act like management even though they ain't. That's whatever. Bud got them niggas on payroll. Okay, so be it. But a lot of hardcore Bud fans, not only do they not use consistent logic when comparing Errol Spence and Bud, but they be disguising a lot of coonery. For a lot of them, the only black fighter they actually support is fucking Bud, and the rest of it, they be like, oh, skills pay the bills, Tyson Fury's the man, Canelo's P for P, and they be doing a lot of crazy shit. So it's like, they be making crossover
back and forth. Let's be realistic. Let's not act like all the Spence fans is like all mentally sound either. They say the most outrageous things too, like he's just gonna go in the ring and knock Bud out in the first round. If we know that we don't have the fight, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what's gonna happen. It's a fantasy fight at this moment. Nothing's been made. Everybody's complaining about who the fuck Bud was signed to. Now he left, whatever. Now he's on his own. Let's just see what's happening. I'm not gonna say like Bud is just gonna go in there and dominate Spence because I don't believe that. Because I know one punch can change a fight. And if Bud goes in there with any other kind of game plan, I'm gonna fight Spence at his own damn game. I don't see him winning that bullshit. He has to go in there like with a whole different game plan. But again, don't act like it's just all the Bud fans that's fucking bananas. Because Spence fans is fucking bananas too. It's on both ends.
I didn't say y'all was crazy. I just said certain Bud fans will use Bud to sneak in some coonery. That's all I was saying.
And we can say the same thing with Spence fans. We can say this because I think some Spence fans to say that Tyson Fury is better than Deontay Wilder and whatever. I've definitely seen it on both ends. I mean, let's not be ridiculous.
So
it goes on. You know what? If the shoe, one hand watches the other. One hand washes the other. Let's not be ridiculous. And you know what? I respect, like I said, what did I tell you? I said I respect. Didn't I tell you I respect Spence?
I told you, yeah, you did. I told y'all she was a motherfucker.
I'll give you this. This is what I'll give you. I will tell you this. I started out as a diehard Bud fan. Diehard Bud. That was me. You couldn't tell me nothing about the dude, and anything that anybody said about the man, I immediately took it as hate. Anything, didn't matter what you said, I took it as hate. And I see a lot of Bud fans are still in that thought process. And the reason why I can say that is because if you were to say the exact same thing about Errol Spence, they would not call it hate. They would say, oh, this is fact. See, it's a fact. Or it's a fact. Like if you was to say, okay, Errol Spence beat a better version of Kell Brook. They say, no, he wasn't. He was a better version. He was coming off a loss and blah, blah, blah. He had one eye. And then I say, okay, he was younger. He was the number one welterweight in the world. And he had one broken eye. When Bud fought him, he had two broken eyes. He was moving down in weight after saying he couldn't make the weight. But if you see where I'm going with this, I say that, they'll say I'm hating. That's hate on Bud. I'm not hating on Bud for stating the facts. And I've noticed that when it comes to a lot of Bud fly, and I'm going to use what you say. If it don't apply, let it fly. But that's what I deal with, because when I was a diehard Bud fan, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was going at EJ fans heavy. I'm talking for hours and hours and hours, lighting their ass on fire. I had EJ. What was it? Is his cousin or something like that? I think I'm not sure how this relates, but I know he's known him his whole life pretty much. As a little kid, he came on and was debating me, gave him the business, the pure business, no holds barred, nothing, full-fledged business. But nobody wanted to fight me because I gave them the facts. With Terrence Crawford fans, I give them the facts. By the end of the conversation, they want to fight me. By the end of the conversation, they're telling me, well, listen, I'll fight you for $10,000. Or they change this up.
I was there for this shit.
I had a man. I had to ask him what's Spence fucking him. Ben Israel, as a matter of fact, is his name. I debated him on goddamn. I tried to debate his ass on what's that? The boxing section, but he wouldn't let me talk. He wouldn't let nobody talk. He was over talking everybody. I was like, this nigga must be fucking you, like literally, because he was like going on and on about like these. Like, can we just get past this? Just get past this damn debates. So I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, I do get it. That Bud has said some fucked up shit. His business moves was fucked up. But at the end of the day, I understand why his business moves was the way they were, because nobody signed Bud at the beginning. Nobody was, looking at Top Rank was the only person that was going to sign Bud. So I understood why he went with Top Rank. And he's a loyal person. He's had the same team since he was 13 years old.
No, that's not
so
true.
I get it. So he decided, and then, Bob Arum sold him like all the damn rainbows and stars, and his dumb ass brought it. Like a dumbass.
Bob Arum bought his contract. He had a contract with somebody else.
Fucked up contract. You're right. Yeah, it was a real fucked up contract.
Bob Arum bought him. He pretty much bought him. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like it's not as if he was shopping around and somebody was like, oh well, you can I'll dig here and we can do here. Bob Arum bought he bought him pretty much. He bought him, bro. For real, he bought the man. So and so when we're saying in that respect, at that point, the original, I had no problem with the original thing.
Right.
I had no problem with that. My problem was when he resigned. That was my
problem. He thought Bob Arum sold him like I said, the sun, the moon, and the motherfucking stars, and he brought that shit hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, which is
and he didn't like, and he learned. But you know what? He's not with that motherfucker no more. And I like the way he dissed his ass. But at the end of the day, Bud moved crazy. He said some crazy shit. So did Spence on both ends. They was both going back and forth that goofy shit, as fighters do to build up shit, as they both do. And I tell you, like I was very disenfranchised with fucking Spence for a minute. But like I told T, it's okay because I love Spence again. Like I fell in love with Spence again. But again, this vitriol for Bud is not necessarily necessary neither, because he's not ducking and dodging nobody for real. He really hasn't. He has to fight who he has to fight on his damn side of the damn road, as they say.
What do you think about what Bomac fucked around and said, though?
That's not true, though. That's not true. See, I'm with you, Queen. I rock with you heavy, but I mean that's not the case at all, because Terrence Bud Crawford, he knew that Floyd Mayweather left. He knew that. Floyd Mayweather left Top Rank because Top Rank was not getting him the fights that he was trying to fight Oscar De La Hoya, the big name, which is Terrence Crawford's Errol Spence right now. No,
I agree with that. That's what I said. He made some dumbass business moves. No, right there. That's facts. That's factual.
But my thing, and when it comes to this conversation or this however you want to call it, is we like to blend things, like, because Bud said something, then we want to blend it with Errol, but we can't even say what, like you said, Errol said some dumb stuff, and I don't know what did he say that was dumb.
He said, "Let me go over here and fight. Why would I fight you when I can go the easier route and knock out Porter real fast?" He did say that.
Yeah, but
that's pretty stupid.
But we know the easy route from what he was saying, because he had already told everybody what he was doing. He told before Terrence Crawford got to the division. He told everybody, because they were trying to tell him to fight Jeff Horn. Before Terrence Crawford,
was going to fight Jeff Horn too. He said he was going to fight Jeff Horn.
No,
for the title.
You got to understand, when he said he was going to fight Jeff Horn, it was for the vacant IBF. because they were saying that Kell Brook was going to vacate the belt and move up. So the fight, because the fight would have been number 1 versus number 2. So it was number 1 Errol Spence versus number 2 Jeff Horn. So that's when he said, "Yeah, I'll fight him." Yeah, that's when he said that. So you gotta make sure we're putting it in context.
No one expected Kell Brook to make that fight.
Hold on one second, beloved. So when Jeff Horn got the WBO strap, Errol Spence had already fought. He had fought Kell Brook. So Jeff Horn fought Pacquiao. Errol fought Kell. So we got to keep it in context, because after that,
what did Spence tell Bud when he first moved to 147? He said, "Go get a belt." The same thing that Keith Thurman told him.
No, he didn't. He did not tell him.
Yes, he did.
He did not. No, he did not.
Okay.
Well,
yes, now you know you capping now. You know you capping.
Hey, I have the videos.
Hey,
look, man.
What Errol Spence said, this is what he said. This is his words verbatim. Verbatim. He said, "I'm going to clean up my side of the street. That's what I'm doing. I'm cleaning up my side of the street. And I'm going to go, and because he don't got a belt yet, but if he gets that belt, if he beats him, I'm going to go over there and get that one too, because I want to be undisputed champion of the world." I can play the video.
Hey, bro.
I can play the video when he said, "You need to go get a belt first." And remember, and that's what Bud confronted him. He said, "Y'all told me to go get a belt. I got one. So what's up?" And then he was like, "I can go fight, Porter."
He said, "I'm gonna fight you after I get the belt."
There's video. Like I said, it's like a whole bunch of back and forth between those two.
He has not changed.
And then he said, "I'm gonna fight you after I get the belt." There's
he has not changed what he said.
Still,
and I was killing him. Even because he was consistent with what he said, but I was still killing him, because I'm like, I don't give a damn. Yeah, you said you're gonna get these belts. Yeah, you said that. I don't give a damn. Keith Thurman ain't trying to fight you. These guys are not trying to fight you. This man's trying to fight you. So go fight him. That was my stance. That's why I was giving him no business. But he has not changed his stance.
Hey, SouthernTea, Destiny, BFT. I'm about to roll out, y'all. But look, hey, I wanted to say this one thing though. Just because you pick Spence or you pick Bud, I don't think that make you hate the other one. And that's how we got to keep it though, straight up, because a lot of these fans be trying to press the black fighter or the black fan against the black fighter. What?
Nah, I'm talking about that's me talking shit. Shut the fuck up. Because he can do it. Because there's like video to back up both. It's like I said, it's a bunch of back and forth between those two. Back in the day, like Spence just came out and said, "Now that you left Bob Arum, we could do business." That's so let them do business.
Hey, look, man, it was nice talking to y'all, man. BFT, take it easy, bro. D-Hive, T, I'll holler at you. Who you got? I'm gonna have to holler at you about the football on Sunday, T.
That's a tricky situation.
All right, bro.
But I have no problem with rocking with who I rock with. I have no problem. I rock with Terrence Crawford right up until Errol Spence said we can do 60-40, and the man said no. Right after that, I was on Bud ass. I'm on Bud neck, because there is no reason for him to not say send the contract. There's no reason for that. None at all.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this.
When he said the fight
I
was
love you to death,
behind me,
but I'm not gonna get it between two grown ass men pockets. That ain't got shit to do with me. That's between two grown ass men. That's not none of my business. So whatever they want to do, that's between them. But
But Bud also said, he was like, "The fight is behind me. I ain't talking about it. I ain't thinking about it." And that's why I was like, "Oh,
why did he say that, D-Hive? Why did he say that? Because what did Spence say? Spence said, "I will never go to none of his fights. I don't know why he's here at my fight." He said, and then Bud said, "I'm behind it."
But what does that have anything to do with anything, though? Going to your fight got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, Spence never said, "I don't want to fight Bud." Bud has said multiple times, "I don't want to fight Spence. I don't need it. I'm behind it. I'm over it."
Yeah, because he said, "I'm not thinking about it. I will never go. I'll probably never go to none of his fights." Come on, let's be. Read between the lines. Let's not be ridiculous. Let's not be ridiculous.
Why would I go to your fight?
I'm just quoting Bud. I'm not making shit.
Goddamn fight with them. What is his name? Danny Garcia, DP Rocker. That was at the end of that damn fight he had when he said that bullshit.
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
That's the first time Bud said he didn't need him. After when Earl was about to fight Danny, that's when Bud started. I'm not gonna fight him. I don't gotta fight him. I don't know why.
He started before that. He started before that.
Yeah, right.
But he said that. He said that because of what Spence said. But then what Bud also said, he said, "Why he don't need Spence, in which he's correct. He don't need Spence to solidify his legacy because he's already going to go into the Hall of Fame, the Boxing Hall of Fame.
At
Which
one
he's
point, he
correct
said
because he
Spence.
became.
Riddick Bowe was in the Hall of Fame too, and he still.
But he's never said he did not want to fight him. He said, "I don't need him for my Hall of Fame, my Hall of Fame legacy," is what he was saying, which is facts. And Spence, vice versa with Spence. Vice versa with Spence. He don't need Bud neither for his Hall of Fame legacy.
They both need each other, like
But
men,
for
just like
for
men
a
need women. They both
legacy
need
fight,
each other.
for a legacy fight, they both need each other. But as far as going into the Hall of Fame, they don't need each other. Is what he was saying, and he actually clarified that. He clarified that, and he did. I'm not gonna let y'all just gang up on damn Bud.
I'm
Like
not getting on his
panel.
That's what we said this night.
I just quoted him. That's all I said.
What happened? That's how we said what happened.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
That's why I didn't want to bring up the conversation because it's always going to be more Spence fans because it's like the LDBC thing, which all y'all LDBC motherfuckers love Spence, which I get it.
Did you not just hear I started out as a Bud fan?
I heard you, BS. But now you're not. You don't fuck with him. You don't fuck with him like that.
It's not that I don't fuck. I do. Yes, I do.
The LDBC like Bud too, by the way. Don't be spreading that this the LDBC like Bud too. Y'all
I didn't even know that Bud is Spence
LDBC motherfuckers. Y'all better stop capping.
I didn't even know that Bud and Spence fans were at war until like last year. I was like, wait, hold up, there's a civil war?
It's so real.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, you watch you where the fuck you at, because I'll give you this dirt nap.
Look, let me tell y'all when I knew it was real. I like both of them. One day I must have said on goddamn YouTube one time, I said, "Oh yeah, I think Spence be Bud." I like both of them though, right? And them folks started. I'm like, "Damn, bro!" I just said,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know there was an active war until last year.
People was trying to say that Bud was in cahoots with the goddamn Porter for his damn. For Porter, his daddy stopping that damn fight, and they all attack me. So don't go there. It's like. It's equal ends. It's equal ends with fucking rabbit fans.
There hasn't been not one Errol Spence fan that said they wanted to fight me for 10 stacks. Not one.
Shit, I had a whole dude to tell me that.
I was there that day.
Dude to tell me that.
I was there that day when dude said.
When dude wanted to fight me. Man, it's been happened multiple times because all I do is tell the facts.
Want to fight me too, Spence. A whole grown ass man. Because I started calling Spence a girl and all this other stuff. And I said he was fucking yellow beezy dick. Well, and they got real mad.
Isn't that hating Errol Spence though? Because y'all say we hate Bud. So isn't that hating Errol
Spence? Fans don't be like won't be saying all that.
Because they be hating on Bud. So I gotta clap back too. So they hate, I'm hate too.
Damn, but he said he all on yellow beads.
But I did tell
come on now.
They just said Bud suck dick and shit like that.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. You talking about somebody on somebody's dick? Like, damn, the hell was that?
But BF and T already know. And T, you know my mouth is extra. Don't do that. Ain't no soft shit over here, nigga. Ain't no soft shit. I can handle mine. Ain't no soft shit over here.
Nobody
said.
Nobody said Bud was sucking off the Nebraska Cornhuskers or whatever mascot they got over there.
Hey, but ain't nobody said Spence was sucking on his horse's dicks neither, son. Don't let me stun you. I'm just playing, y'all, but I do respect Spence, and I told you, I do respect Spence. I think the way he's been moving.
It's man down for me, but talk your shit, Queen. Talk your shit.
Yeah, and it's man down for me. But I love all y'all. But it's time for us to go because I think what's his name is on. Because I know he said he wanted me to come on his damn show today.
Who is still on at this time? Jesus,
Fred.
I can't even.
Fred, that's who he wanted me to be. Fred, because he got down. He said he's like a Republican or whatever, so I want to go over there and cook his ass too, because I'm a liberal.
Is Barbershop on West Coast time? Is that why he's still on right now?
Yeah, he on West Coast time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm a transplant, so I still got to get used to the time. I shit.
Because he don't like black liberals or whatever. He be trying to say we all soft and shit.
That's fine.
I miss a black liberal.
Nah, I disagree. You're not soft, but a lot of them motherfuckers up top are soft. A lot of them motherfuckers, they are soft, but it's like crazy because like like the people who are Democrats at the low. I'm gonna be real brief. At the lower
I'm
level,
not a Democrat though. I'm not a Democrat. I follow like with Huey P. Newton, Malcolm X was. They were socialist. They were socialist Democrats. That's what I fuck with. I was a Bernie Sanders fan. I wanted to feel the burn.
I fuck with Bernie on that. I fuck with Bernie. I can fuck with Bernie.
I ain't vote after that.
I'll fuck with anybody that's real with it. Don't give me the fake shit, bro. You give me the fake shit, I can't fuck with you, dog. I don't give a fuck who you are. Like, I don't give a fuck what your stance is. Just be real about it, bro. Be real with your shit.
I'm agree with that. Yeah, all that. Like, the Democrats and Republicans is one of the same, actually, at this point.
Facts.
They are literally one of the same.
Yeah,
it don't really matter.
When it comes to black people, absolutely. We have no definitive dog in the fight. Any black person I find taking a definitive side for Democrats or Republicans, I'm looking at you sideways. I'm like, wait,
weird
hold up.
Fuck, bro. Yeah. Brainwash, straight shit.
Yeah, like we don't have a legitimate dog in the fight, period. They both capitalize off of our demise. So if anybody's like, oh, you need to vote for Trump or you need to vote for Biden, I'm looking at you like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I voted for Pedro.
I was trying to feel the damn burn, but it was them goddamn Southern blacks who voted for goddamn Joe Biden ass. I didn't even look at that motherfucker.
I wrote my mom's name in. I was like, fuck it, my mom should be running this bitch.
But this motherfucker,
it's like 12. It's like 12
the crime bill, and you vote for Sleepy Joe.
Thank you. I never wanted that nigga. Like who? I want to feel the burn. Bernie Sanders is everything that Huey P. Newton talked about, Fred Hampton talked about. That was a socialist Democrat. Everything he was talking about, I felt all that. You know, universal universal health care, free college. I felt all that. Like in Europe, how they operate in Europe, like in Sweden, Germany. When I was over there, like it was a whole bunch of different countries.
Yes. But all the motherfuckers everywhere around the world do all that shit. Them motherfuckers in school get out in 12 o'clock because they don't want them motherfucking kids eating lunch and then coming back to school being all fucking with the got the itis and shit. They
y'all know why that is, right?
Say it again.
I said y'all know why that is, right? And because in those other countries, because it's mostly ethnically homogenous, there's no social competition based on race. So they don't have to build policy to fuck people over for the most part. America is one of the only nations that is so focused on demonizing and capitalizing off the demise of black people that they have to design policies that really fuck everybody over in the long run by targeting us. The reason why those things are the way they are in places like Sweden, Denmark, and the Nordic nations is because not only are they significantly smaller, but they have almost no ethnic diversity. That's why if you go to one of those nations, you can be deported simply for not assimilating well enough because they don't want to compromise the ecosystem that they have.
But you know what? Africa, now there's parts of Africa that they have adopted that. Rwanda has adopted a socialist democratic agenda, and so has Ethiopia. And look how successful those countries have become. So let's not just say like, you know what, they actually have like in place for childcare, which in America we don't have in place for childcare. They want everybody to go to goddamn work, but then childcare is like astronomical.
$10,000 a month on this bitch.
But a lot of African nations are also subject to foreign intervention against their will still to this day. But
those countries are not. Ethiopia has been standing on their own for a long time. And Rwanda has definitely regained their own independence. Now, Nigeria is controlled by that Christianity bullshit. That's why they're still stuck in a fucking cycle. But they could definitely be moving up. But they're stuck in a fucking chokehold right now because they're stuck on that the damn Bible.
And also to your point, that's why a lot of Africans come over here and prosper, because in their education system, they haven't been stunted based on the social competition based on race. They haven't been subjected to being put in detention just because they're black. They haven't been subjected to being kicked out of class or looked down upon or given lower grades and lower marks because they're black. So their brains, they haven't been conditioned with decades of inferiority complex development, which is why they come over here in success, because they've been exposed to what they've been exposed to. So yeah, a lot of other countries, they're not built off of anti-black suppression like the United States is. Either it's because they're devoid of black people or because they're all black people. But the truth of the matter is that that's the U.S.'s critical problem. U.S. has been forced off of the domination, abuse, servitude, and subjugation of African Americans, and now we've gone so far that people don't know how to operate unless they have a common enemy, which is us. We got to be the boogeyman in everyone's nightmare so they have something to be superior to for their self-esteem development. A lot of American policy is simply buttressed off of the defeat of African Americans so other people can have some sort of common enemy to feel better about themselves. And a lot of it's focused on limiting us. I mean, look at the nonsense that's happening in boxing right now. That is only a microcosm of what the United States is as a whole and what the world is on. Because people
But Dion, that all goes back to us being the alpha of this here so-called human race. Although we all know white people are not humans, they're humanoid because they have that Neanderthal DNA in them. And we all know, according to white scientists themselves, Africans have zero of that damn Neanderthal DNA. And I'm not one of those black people who ever claim my goddamn rapists as my ancestors. Those motherfuckers don't belong to me. Those are rapists, murderers, and pillagers and plunderers. I would never claim those motherfuckers as anything related remotely close to me.
Man,
because that was not done consensually. If you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, back to our ancestry bullshit.
Yeah,
so, but that's the reason why, because we're the alpha and they are the dying race. They don't have the numbers to keep up. Why do you think they keep trying to make black women and white men a thing? Because black women have that Eve gene. We could create every fucking race.
Every color.
Right.
And every color.
Right. Which is, because like you said, African, especially African people, black people, we are the original human, whereas other races are a phenotype.
Exactly.
Copper Aborigines.
If we want to change, vote for the Congress and Senate candidates. Voting for president is a joke.
Yes.
True.
We have to do that, though. I mean, that's the only way to beat the game. We got to play the game.
Well,
we got to do it.
At the local levels, districts are supposed to be more reactive, but the truth is, Copper, when it comes to the representative state and congressional seats, it kind of falls under the same issues because, number one, there's the voting issue in which you have to be registered to a party, and in order to vote for another party on a whim, you have to go through the re-registration process, which is bullshit. You can't just free float around, so that makes it difficult. Voting still happens during the work week in the United States, and the voting process, and probably they might try to kill my ass. And the voting process is still, it's still subject to electors. You still have to deal with people on that level that potentially can vote against you, whether it be president or not. So it's still a difficult situation. But I do agree we need to pay more attention to down ballot races. That doesn't mean just vote no matter what. That means we need to pay attention to the importance of gubernatorial elections, the importance of representatives, state, especially at the local level. Black people, if you don't vote for shit else, at least have some stake in your school boards, because the fuckery starts there. A lot of the top level fuckery starts at the local level in the school boards.
They've been trying to get rid of anything that has anything to deal with. That's Republicans. They want to get rid of anything to deal with slavery, anything that makes white people look the way they really are. They've been trying to get rid of that, and they've been trying to say it's because of CRT. No school teaches fucking critical race theory unless you're in college level. No fucking elementary schools, middle school, high school is teaching that.
No, that's not
true. But they're using that to take out, books of Malcolm X, even Martin Luther King, who led us into this bullshit. And he retracted it, at the end before he got, assassinated. He said, I felt like I led my people into a burning building because we should have never integrated. Because like Malcolm X said, we were not ready for integration.
No, but we were not. But guess what? Some people are teaching CRT. It's just not Black history. Illinois.
She's a straight monster. Destiny is savage, bro. I tell you, man, my cousin back in Jersey, man, he's in it. Like his hero, only person he ever fucked with is Malcolm X, man. Every time I talk to him, when you talk, you sound y'all you savage, bro. You have a new fanboy in BFTV. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Man, much love.
Me too. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, no doubt. Love y'all.
But appreciate it.
One thing I will say, though, to Destiny's point, CRT has been approved. It's not called CRT, but Illinois recently got passage to teach Asian American history in the school system. So they're like, fuck us, but non-Black history you could teach that. Asian American history has been approved in the state of Illinois to them teaching that. And personally, I don't even use critical race theory because critical race theory is just some shit that they're going to call history, and they're going to oversell the involvement of immigrants in the development of the United States. I think they're going to talk about Hispanics and Asians and all that good stuff to fuck us over and put us on the back burner, acting like we just helped. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm good.
Dude, but this was a great fucking show, y'all. This was a great fucking show. We got some we had a lot of David Hayden talk. We had some goddamn politic talk. We had some goddamn original talk. Goddamn. Oh shit, my shit came. We had a great SouthernTea this time. Shout out to Queen Destiny sliding through this BFTV, Julie Streeter, Checkmate Boxing, my guy the D Half, the whole family slid through this junk. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for the live stream. Make sure y'all check out the videos on my channel. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the videos to the channel, all that good shit. Skin the Hardaway SouthernTea. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love. Make sure y'all go to the barbershop. Check out Fred Barbershop Conversations. Fred on now. I went over a little bit. Make sure y'all go to Fred Barbershop. I'm finna go over there my goddamn self. Appreciate y'all sliding through.